Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to InterCoast Colleges United in Recovery 2020. You know, InterCoast College has celebrated Recovery Happens every year for several decades. And we're very excited this year to be able to offer a virtual recovery celebration event. There's no way that we could go this year without having our Recovery Happens event, but I want to share with you what we've done in years past. Every year we celebrate it at the same time at every campus all throughout the state of California. And we're united in recovery. And we know that recovery happens, and I always say in recovery is a beautiful thing. So this year we knew that we still wanted to get our message out, that we celebrate recovery, we celebrate our students, our alumni, our partners, our accrediting bodies, and our agencies, as we know that we save lives and help support our community all throughout the state of California. And once again, you know, Recovery Happens is a nationwide event, and it's all in the month of September. So we made the deadline at September 30th, being InterCoast Colleges United in Recovery 2020. So once again, welcome. We're very excited to have you here today. We have a lot of great things in store, and we really are so happy that you could participate in that with us today. The first thing we'd like to do next is tell you a little bit about what you can expect today. Once again, let me introduce myself. My name is Betty Gross. I am the Vice President of Operations for InterCoast College. I have, you know, one of my favorite things about this job and working with these schools is this program and the way that I've seen it touch so many lives. You know, recovery and substance abuse touches many people, and it doesn't really matter what program you're in, but regardless of the program that you're in, my experience with the alcohol and drug counseling instructors, the students, the graduates, it really touches my heart, what we do and how we help people. So what we'd like to do today is hear from the experts in the field. We'd also like to have an opportunity to meet and greet with our industry leaders and our certifying bodies that are here today. We're going to talk about the exciting employment opportunities in the field, including some of the current industry changes and the trends. And throughout our morning, we'll also be talking about the journey to recovery and those that have shared in that recovery and their stories that are so touching and so inspirational. Many of you on this call would like to talk about how do you get into this career? What are the next steps to enhance your career? So we'll also be talking about those options at InterCoast College and how we can help you take your career to the next level. So let's get started. First, I'd like to introduce our CEO and president of InterCoast Colleges, Dr. Judy Brown. And I can tell you from my experience of working here at InterCoast College, there's been a long-term commitment to the alcohol and drug counseling, the Associate of Applied Science, and supporting the industry and the community that we serve. So Dr. Brown, if you'd like to open up and kick off our event.
I would love to do that. Thank you, Betty, for the introduction. And thank you, everyone, for joining InterCoast in the annual Recovery Celebration event. We've been hosting these types of events for approximately 15 years, and this is our first virtual celebration, as Betty had mentioned to you. We certainly know that drug and alcohol addiction in the United States is a serious problem. We all know that. That's why we're here today. 22 million or so are suffering from substance use disorder. About a third of those have co-occurring mental health disorders. We see 70,000 plus people die each year, teens and adults. And so we know that the crisis is serious. We know that the coronavirus epidemic has made it even worse. And we also know that the deaths can be prevented. And that's why we're here to celebrate ways in which we can assist others in recovery and to celebrate that we are in recovery. Many of us are in recovery. It's a wonderful thing that we can join together today to work on eradicating this disease. InterCoast is all about promoting education and bringing awareness to others. We've proudly trained over 4,000 people in the alcohol and drug counseling field, and they have become employed in the field, and they've helped hundreds, if not thousands, depending on how long they've been in the field. And then others have entered into recovery due to their efforts and have later become students of InterCoast or other schools, and have also helped others enter into recovery. So it's awesome that we see many people supporting that type of activity, and it's an awesome cycle of support. Our staff, faculty, and graduates promote awareness and encourage others to take initiative to become involved in it each and every day. We're also so honored to partner with many of you over the years and today in the work that you do for becoming for your involvement in today's event. I want to thank the speakers today for the awesome work they do and for their presentations today. We've got our very own Dr. Judy Redman, Dr. Tony Skadari, John White. Additionally, I want to thank Christina Padilla from CCAP and Drew Williams from Katie for participating today, and our very, very dear friends in the industry, Jodie Barber and Bob Tyler. Finally, I want to thank Gus Solis, our very distinguished graduate, for participating as well. We want to thank all of you for your partnership and for your support. We're so grateful to each and every one of you for what you do. And just want to say also, feel free to utilize the chat box to share with one another your own experiences or to ask questions. It is our hope that you truly enjoy today's event. At this time, I'd like to turn it back over to Betty.
Thank you, Deanna. Before we get started, we would like to share with you a special video that really shows the commitment that we give to the community in the area of alcohol and drug counseling, as well as, throughout, again, the entire state. This is a combination of all of our campuses and their contributions and what they did to support recovery and those that suffer from recovery or suffer from substance abuse, as well as our immediate communities near the campus. So what we're gonna do in just a moment, we'd love to be able to share this with you. All right, let's go.
America is in the midst of an opioid drug epidemic. Driven by escalating opioid addiction, drug overdose is right now the leading cause of death among Americans under 50.
When I got older and I was using, then I didn't care whether I lived or died.
The epidemic we have is fueled primarily by the pain med problem.
It's been ravaged by a flood of opioids.
Addiction is still tearing society apart, still killing way too many people.
A lot of people think that addiction happens because it was a choice that they made. It's not always a choice.
Most alcoholics and addicts don't have to die.
It was going to end one way or another.
Yet we lose 9 out of 10 of them.
I would smoke sherm, crack, but then at 18, I got introduced to meth. I was an addict.
A real problem down here on Skid Row is drug abuse.
Not just certain kinds of populations like people in Malibu or Newport Beach, but street peoples, veterans, women, adolescents.
I lost my 19-year-old son, Jared, to a drug overdose.
I get tired of doing funerals for people that don't have to die. That's got to change.
The sad truth is that approximately 70,000 teens and adults die each year from drug overdoses. The question is, what can we, as part of a larger community, really do about this problem? InterCoast is committed to giving our time and resources in a variety of ways to support those people and organizations that are also committed to eradicating this horrible disease and saving lives. This has been a mission for my dad and mom, Chris and Gita Brown, for many years. InterCoast has been involved in a variety of community activities related to this mission.
Our school reaches out into community, the communities in which we serve, regardless of their background, their ethnicity. We're here to work with people.
So I was really impressed with how InterCoast Colleges brings the community in, and the students also go out into the community. Very rarely we don't have enough of that interaction among all of our colleges and universities.
We are happy to have this partnership and collaboration with InterCoast College and allowing their students to come to our 40-hour state-mandated domestic violence training, which allows you to work in any domestic violence agency in the state of California.
Recently, addiction counselors became mandated reporters for elder abuse. And that's simply because InterCoast College supports Katie that had the wherewithal to push that bill into Sacramento and get that passed.
InterCoast is partnering with myself, Overtaken, to spread more awareness and to educate the community and to students and parents and everybody that's out there.
The core message of our community outreach when it comes to addiction and recovery has to be about connecting with community leaders, counselors, volunteers, and everyone who wants to be a part of the solution to the problem of addiction, which really does affect everyone in the community.
InterCoast College has demonstrated that they're quite committed to changing society by training students, giving them the best possible education.
I'm an InterCoast College student with pursuing a degree in substance use disorders, and I'm currently working at St. John of God as a staff aide. I'm grateful for InterCoast and for what they do for the community. They've helped my coworkers get education because a couple of my coworkers here have also gone through InterCoast College to get their degrees and to get their substance use disorder counseling for CCAP.
Hi, my name is Arcadia Chavez, campus president at InterCoast College Sacramento. We're here today volunteering our time in the community at the state capitol for a Recovery Happens event. We're really excited to be here, to volunteer our time, to be here and celebrate recovery for the community.
My name is Jennifer Maxwell. I'm here in Sacramento at the state capitol for Recovery Happens. I am a graduate from InterCoast College, Sacramento. What I really loved about InterCoast College is that they always seemed to meet me where I was throughout the entire program. When life was hitting me hard, they always would rally around me and see what they could do to help me be successful. They're also really big in their community service programs and their volunteerism, which is great for our community.
We just want to take this time to say thank you so much for being a partner with CCAP and also with InterCoast College, being out so much in the community and being a part of us and being an approved school and letting students become teachers and also students become supervisors and also starting the process to be an addiction counselor, which we need for our workforce.
InterCoast College represents community service, volunteerism, and partnership to support the cause for recovery and events like this.
InterCoast College trains people to be drug and alcohol counselors, and we are thrilled that they bring professionalism, that they bring compassion, that they bring love and knowledge of what they're doing is a big plus, a big win-win for us.
We work with people that are homeless, helping getting them off the streets, getting them into treatment. I refer people every day to our treatment centers, and through InterCoast College, many of our students are there to interact with this group, and not only interact, but in such a way they treat them and help them get them away from their drug of choice.
I'm a student here at West Covina campus, InterCoast College. We're offering a NA meeting here in this facility. InterCoast College is providing the venue and space and time, and I am volunteering my time to come and do these meetings to help the community in the surrounding area and just trying to be part of the solution and try to fix these problems that many of us deal with from day to day with addiction.
So one of the great things about InterCoast College is with the test prep, they help the community. Anybody in the community at all is able to come and use those resources at no charge.
So we're really happy that InterCoast College is here today. They collected food, clothing, things for hygiene kits. Those are the things that we need every single day because every day we have new people that are coming in. Sometimes they barely have clothes on their back. So the fact that before they even knew what they were going to do with us, they have all these things to bring us for our guests is just a really humbling and worthy experience. And we're just so thankful that they decided to do that without us even asking.
Social Model, CCAP, and InterCoast recognized that Overtaken needed to spread awareness and educate at the Western States Opioid Summit at the Anaheim Convention Center. So we had people from all over the United States come to this event, and we had resources and speakers, and it was just a beautiful convention and event.
Hi, I'm Tanya Brown. I'm here at InterCoast Colleges in West Covina, California. And we just had an amazing event talking about community issues, community concerns on homelessness, drug addiction, substance use disorders, domestic violence, and then my story on mental health and overcoming trauma, as well as my own incident of a recent domestic violence situation in my own personal life.
The opposite of addiction, as Johan Hari says, is not sobriety, it's connection. And the more we stay connected with our community and support everyone around us who are helping the addicts in our lives, the more we fulfill our mission to train, educate, and support all the community leaders developing the skills they need to really make a difference.
InterCoast College is dear and near to my heart. They've supported my art for quite a few years, and they are giving me the opportunity to share my art and be able to raise funds for nonprofit organizations. So I'm very, very thankful to InterCoast College for that.
We're all about community, and that's what education is about, reaching into the community and help. That's our goal. If we can continue with that mission, we'll see a great change in our society.
InterCoast, actually, it's the reason my kids are here. It's the reason I'm still here.
Now I have the life that I've always wanted, without doing crime.
Well, I'm really happy that you were all able to see our contributions and our commitment to the community and how involved we all are throughout all of our campuses. So I just want to take a moment to thank our campuses, our campus leaders for your commitment, as well as Dr. Brown for allowing us to be able to support the community. And again, we were the 2019 Gold Award winners for the state of California, so I'm very, very proud of that as well. Next, I would like to actually introduce Dr. Judy Brown. Dr. Judy has been with InterCoast Colleges for well over 15 years with ICC as a leader in our management team, as well as our program, our addiction studies. And I really would like to just take a moment to acknowledge her contributions in the recovery community that she's done for us as well. So, Dr. Judy, take it over. Thank you so much for your contributions. And I know that you're very excited about our speakers today.
I'm very excited about our speakers, and I'm very excited that the students and the community is here to join us today. Yeah, I just want to take a moment to thank InterCoast and Gita Brown because of the commitment that through the years that we've had to Recovery Happens, celebrating it in the month of September. I don't know of too many colleges that close the college and open up to the community to celebrate a Recovery Happens. So it's very impressive. And throughout the years, because of Dr. Brown's commitment to this cause, and it is a cause for her, making sure that we give the best drug and alcohol counselors, the most professional that's in the field. And the way that we do that is by having relationships, strong relationships with our certifying bodies. So it's really exciting for me to be able to introduce Drew Williams from ACCBC, Katie's ACCBC, and Christina from CCAP today. Because the students that are on the line, I want you to know that when you start going to conferences and you see these two people, make sure you walk up, shake their hands, introduce yourselves, and thank them because the services that they do enables us to be the great community that we are. And introduce yourself and do a little networking because they're good people to know. So, first, I would like to introduce Drew Williams. I have his bio here, and his bio is not a reflection of what an amazing human being he is. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you, Drew. I know your 24/7 commitment to recovery and the addiction community, and I just can't express it enough. So Drew Williams is the chair of Addiction Counselors Certification Board of California. That's through the Katie arm. Drew Williams holds a master's degree in clinical psychology with an emphasis in marriage and family therapy, and is certified addiction treatment counselor for and licensed marriage and family therapist. Drew has over a decade of clinical treatment experience specializing in treating addiction and co-occurring disorders that create the need for self-medicating. His therapeutic orientation is postmodern approaches to addiction treatment, and his philosophy is to assist clients and their families in finding hope, healing, and transformation. Drew has also had an extensive experience in updating, modifying, and creating addiction studies programs at the community college and university levels. He is the founding director of the Addiction Studies Concentration at Antioch University, Los Angeles, which he retired from in 2014 to pursue other ventures. Drew also created a master's level addiction studies courses for Cal State system, which are currently being taught today. Drew became a member of California Association of Alcohol and Drug, CADI, in 2007, and since that time has been an active advocate helping to promote higher education in addiction treatment profession. Drew joined the CADI Board of Directors in 2014 and was immediately an active member, joining 3 different committees on the first day as a board member. Drew was elected as secretary of the executive committee in 2016 and served with distinction until he resigned his position in October 2017 so he could serve the newly appointed chair of ACCBC. At this time, Drew suspended all his academic ventures so he could focus on running CADI's ACCBC. He possesses a very specialized skill set in an expert on addiction studies curricula and the process of becoming a certified addiction treatment counselor in the state of California. Drew continues to work with clients, providing case management, recovery, sober coach services, and I don't know where he finds time to do this, but as an interventionist as well, overseeing all day-to-day operations and all aspects of certification for CADI's ACCBC. Again, Drew, thank you for your relationship with InterCoast Colleges, and we love you. So please, Drew.
And I love you. Thank you, Judy, so much. Wow, what a wonderful introduction. Look, I'm just thrilled to be here and to have the opportunity to be able to represent CADI, the ACCBC. We've had a long-standing relationship with InterCoast College, and we value that long-standing partnership and that collaboration. And most importantly, we value the relationship we have with InterCoast students. What an amazing opportunity that you're providing right now on this last day of National Recovery Month. Yay, what a way to close out National Recovery Month, is to provide this platform in these really, really challenging times to celebrate recovery. Look, we all know about 80% of us that get into the profession have our own story of addiction or somebody close to us. So for the students who are online listening, thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing and for pursuing this. Look, the addiction treatment profession, the helping profession, isn't a job. It's a calling. And at InterCoast College, what a way to start your career for this calling is to be involved with such a group of people who just continually demonstrate by their actions what it means to be a community and to actually put their money where their mouth is and go out and do the things that InterCoast does. So thank all of you from InterCoast College, Dr. Brown, Betty, all of you for everything you do every single day for these students who are going to go out and end up being the new frontline defense to battle this horrific disease of addiction. So thank you all for what you do. most of you know Katie's been around for 30 years plus years, approving and accrediting colleges and academic programs, and has always been a strong advocate for higher education in the addiction treatment community. That's demonstrated through our tiered system that we offer, awarding higher level credentials for different academic achievements, right? AA degree, BA degree, master's degree, doctorate. The ACCBC, if anybody's confused, nice little sign behind me. We're Katie. We're just the certification arm. Just like CCAP has the credentialing committee, the credentialing board, and the education board, it's the same thing. ACCBC does the certification for Katie. We handle all the aspects, right? Everything from registration, from the first starting point, all the way through to taking the exam, getting you guys certified. That's going to come through my office. So we're going to have, like Judy said, please, you see me at the conference, you see me out and about, come up, introduce yourself, shake my hand. If we're shaking hands at that point due to COVID, right? Or bump elbows. Let's do something, right? Let's connect. You know, I love that part when they talked about in the video that the opposite of addiction is connection, because man, that's the truth. We're so isolated when we're out there. Our people are so isolated when we're out there. That connection and what you bring to the table as a student and a future clinician is that connection. The process that you go through with our organization is pretty straightforward. You know, you come into the program, you know, you get registered, and as soon as you're done with your amazing education at InterCoast College, you'll be able to sit and take the CATC exam. And this will help you in the process, because immediately once you take that and pass that CATC exam, you become a registered intern, and then you're just gaining your 2,240 hours towards certification. So the process is pretty streamlined with us. You can go online. We've tried to make it as easy as possible. You can pay for your fees online. You can download the applications. And due to COVID-19, we're still not accepting walk-ins. We accepted walk-ins for years and years and years, where you could come in and yell at us or hug us. And so we're not doing that yet. And probably throughout the rest of the year, we will maintain that policy until we see where this goes, for keeping you guys safe, keeping the staff safe here. However, you can email back your applications. You can send them through postal mail. Or you still can come down, and if you live close enough, and drop them off through the door slot. So there's plenty of ways to get your application to us. Once we receive that, our processing time, it's guaranteed within 30 days. But the reality is my staff is amazing. They usually get that stuff done within, especially if it's registration or something like that. 2 weeks usually is where we sit in our processing time. And it's, like I said, a relatively straightforward, pretty simple process. We don't have any non-member fees or anything like that. You don't have to be a member of anybody. You don't even have to be a member of Katie, right? You can just submit your application. Everybody pays the same fee. And I don't want to go over time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close with this one thing. Most of you know me. My colleagues, by the way, thank you all for being here today. Christina, Bob, all of you are brilliant, amazing people, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be in the same chat, Zoom, as the rest of you guys. And most of the people on this call, and most of the people that know me close, know that I really don't care who you get certified with, but I do care that you get certified. Right? Would I love you to come with us? Of course I would. But the reality is, we need you. We need you in the profession. We need you out there helping to save lives. So whether it's with us or with CCAP or CADEPT, please don't shortchange yourself. You're in this process. Get your education finished, and don't just stop with your brilliant education at InterCoast. Go on. We need not only addiction counselors in the profession, we need addiction therapists. Right? So swing the bat for the fences, go all the way through, go get a master's degree and become a gunslinger addiction treatment therapist, right? And continue to do the work that we need you to do. And not only us, that person who is right now dying in the street, they need you. They need you to continue on your education and to get out there and to start working in the profession as quickly as possible. So, you know, whether you come with Katie or whether you go with CCAP, I know my colleagues feel the same way. Get certified, get in the profession, and do what you need to do to start saving lives. I want to thank each and every one of you for being on this, for being at this great event. And I really, again, want to thank you, Judy, and Dr. Brown, and everybody for providing us the opportunity, providing me the opportunity to be able to share this moment with you guys. What a brilliant event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Drew. Yes, and thank you for the strong relationship that you have with our students. Very streamlined process with your InterCoast College certificate of completion. Drew's waiting for you. So you don't need to be vetted. You just need your transcript. So thank you, Drew. We appreciate it. Okay, now I would like to introduce Christina Padilla from CCAP. Christina Padilla, and I love you, Christina. And you will see after Christina starts speaking, she is our Energizer bunny of our community. So Christina Padilla is a leader with the California Consortium of Addiction Programs and Professionals, and that is lovingly known as CCAP, where she serves as the Vice President of Education, overseeing CCAP's education department. She is also the Vice President, and this is her new role, Vice President of Strategic Development for the organization, wherein she travels throughout California and the nation, bringing addiction-focused business together to promote the profession, increase access to services, and improve the quality of AOD services through education, business development, and investment in quality programs. Max Padilla led California's Initiative Criminal Justice Program, serving as an offender mentor certification program director for 3 years, where she managed 12 in-prison programs for training counselors. That's where she gets her energy. She worked closely with the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation in California. I'm sorry, I was hearing something. In California prisons for the duration of contract, bringing innovation and growth to the state's in custody treatment programming. Max Padilla also was the previous program director, adjunct faculty of peer support training and placement program, which trained peers in recovery, mental health to become certified, and how to work with other peers in recovery, such as self-direction, advocacy, ethics, person-centered approach, personalization, empowerment, strength-based, goal setting, respect, cultural sensitivity and competency, responsibility, hope, and the very core of the program. Max Padilla has a Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice Administration and a Master's degree in Counseling Psychology, with an emphasis on marriage and family therapy. Max Padilla is a licensed advanced alcohol drug abuse counselor, LADAC, and an international certified advanced alcohol and drug counselor. She is also a certified gang specialist of the National Gang Crime Research Center and is on the board of directors of the National Association of Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender Addiction Professionals and their allies, NALGAP, where she is the vice president and California representative. She also was on the board of the Director of Women's Association of Addiction Treatment board for 2 years, where she served as chair. Max Padilla is the Chief Academic Officer for CCAP Academy at CCAP and is a past board member of the National Alliance of Mental Illness, Sacramento chapter. Max Padilla sits on the advisory board for Native American Institute in New Mexico and is a consultant for Faces and Voices NRI. Max Padilla is also an independent consultant on LGBTQIA2+ program development and design issues, services, counseling, therapy, training, and coaching. And she travels the nation providing training and lectures at conferences, as well as in-service training for nonprofit, not-for-profits, county, and the state workers. Max Padilla is also an Addiction Technology Transfer Center trainer and Equality California Leadership Academy Fellow. Max Padilla received her higher education teaching certificate from Harvard, the Derek Fox Center for Teaching and Learning, July 2020. In her free time, she did that. Max Padilla is a mother. This is the best part. A mother to a beautiful 4-year-old little girl named Charisma. She's our little darling. And she also is part of the LGBTQ rainbow community, identifies as transgender, fluid, two-spirit, non-binary, biological woman. Christina's pronouns are she, her, and hers, and she goes by the suffix of Max Padilla, and you are amazing. I can't say any more than that. Jeez.
Well,
yeah, I don't know. And you know why I call her the Energizer Bunny of treatment. So thank you for all that you do, Christina. Amazing woman. Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Judy. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, I'm full of energy. If anybody's met me before, I got like energy, just bolts, just jumping off for the most part. So first and foremost, thank you so much to Betty, Gita, Judy, everybody. Thank you, Drew too, and also any of the, if Kadap's also on here too. We do this together. It's so important who, as far as you getting certified through, is get certified. You know what I mean? Get out there, especially with COVID-19 happening. There's a lot of not only just mental health happening. I know he spoke to that about, be a therapist too, but there's the substance abuse piece that is so important at InterCoast Colleges. When you go through this piece, it's so important for you to go ahead, obtain the information, because guess what? This education piece is all about you and you learning. Then after that, guess what? It's all about you and your client. It's not about you anymore. So there's that piece, right? So in a nutshell, I just want to take this time to say, we've had a long, also standing relationship also with InterCoast Colleges. They came up to Recovery Happens as well too. This year we actually had it at the, not at the state capitol, but actually online. So they have been firm supporters as we've been firm supporters and working with all the students, with their leadership. Just really, really excited for this partner and relationship. So I want to tell you a little bit to all the students that are on here, a little bit about CCAP, okay? So there's a little bit. Sometimes people think that we just certify counselors, which we do, you know what I mean? But there's other things. Once you graduate InterCoast College, you get your credential, you start moving up, and sometimes there's other opportunities. You could go and own a sober living house. You could go and be a director in treatment, as far as, substance use disorder. There's 1,000 million things. Sky is the limit and you are an astronaut. You know what that means? That means you're floating above that, okay? Because we're all, there's the sky, there's limit. You know what I mean? Like Chicken Little, the sky is falling. Well, sky's the limit, and that's what people say, but no, you're an astronaut. You can go further than that. There is no limit for us, okay? So that piece right there is so important. Okay, so number one, yes, we are a certifying body. That is very important. One of the things is we certify counselors throughout the state of California. And we also partner with InterCoast College. Once you're finished going through your particular, which curriculum you decided to go through, specifically AOD focused, then you could go ahead and get, as far as your education completed, your hours, and then you can go ahead and sit for the test and get your certification. We also not only do certification, but we do have other things that if you want to enhance, like have an endorsement, we have quite a different list. You can go to www.ccap.us to see all the extra endorsements or specialized credentials that we have. Because some people think it's just AOD. So once you get your education from InterCoast College, then you have got the fundamentals. Then there's other things that you can actually enhance on top of that if that's what you want to do. So yes, we do certify counselors, but we also certify sober livings.
which are recovery residents. Some people think, they're like, isn't that the same? Yes, a long time ago they were calling them, and they still do, so sober livings, but we also certify recovery residents as well too through the state of California. We also have a huge advocacy. We have a national presence and also California presence, a lobbyist that we go and sit at the table for you. You know, because what do they say? If you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Well, nobody wants to be on the menu, so there's that, right? So we are sitting, you know, right there with everybody that we need to, as far as Senate bills, Assembly bills, you know, whether it be the peer bill, whether it be, you know, advocacy for parity. I mean, there's a mix of different stuff that CCAP is involved with at the state capitol. We have our hands in everything on a national level and mainly in California to support you once you graduate InterCoast College. You get in, and as far as regardless of money, you know, regardless of, you know, treatment and the different stuff that happens, you know, patient brokering is huge, where people are selling clients. You might get this once you get into working for money. So, you know, having that, you know, broker bill, making sure that people stay safe is important. And then the last thing I want to say, well, there's actually one more thing, but the last thing is education. Who doesn't want the education, right? So InterCoast Colleges has the education to go through. Well, CCAP not only has, you know, that partnership, but also there's continuing education. So once you're done with getting your certificate or your diploma from InterCoast College, and then after you get your hours and certified, you'll need to continue to do continuing education, you know, every 2 years, okay? And depending on who you get certified with, there might be different, you know, obligations that you have. So 50 CEUs of continuing education is so important to get. So we have over like 200 plus continuing education providers that we make sure that you have to, you know, that they're certified or they have some type of degree of some sort that they can teach you and you can continue to learn. Now, remember when I tell you this, it is so important to educate yourself even when you finish. A lot of people think, oh, I'm done. You know, it's over with. No, it is just beginning. Now it's about you and your client. When you go into that room, it's all about them and not about you anymore. You know, right now it's about you and your education and how much you can get. I'm telling you, all of you on this call today, on the InterCoast, this piece, are our futures. Did you hear what I said when I said future? You are the future of our profession. You are the ones, whether you're millennial, you're a baby boomer, and you're just getting into this profession or been in it, you are our future. So with that said, I just want to say, you know, I'm a person in long-term recovery. Whether you're in recovery or not, we need you to get certified. You know, and who you pick with us, of course, we represent CCAP, but it's so important to get your education done, get your hours done, and ethics, have strong ethics. You know what I mean? And code of conduct is so important because there's just so much things happening out there, and we need you. We are the people in the future that everybody, I mean, your job right now is going to be so secure because of what's going on, unfortunately. You know, the substance abuse treatment world right now and mental health is so deep, and we need you. So on behalf of CCAP, we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, you know, and you're right, Judy, we have conferences three times a year. So if you see me, I'm running around with my head cut off like an Energizer bunny, come up, say, hey, I saw you at InterCoast College, and I'm pretty sure InterCoast College will have an exhibit booth there too. So there's that. But thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Gita. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, everybody on the call today. It's been a pleasure. Everybody take care.
Yeah, and thank you, Christina and Drew, again, and thank you for our strong relationship. Much appreciation.
All righty. Well, we are actually a little ahead of time, which is great. I definitely want to say thank you to Drew and Christina for your awesome contributions today. And it really is amazing to get out into the industry and see those that are inspiring, like both of you, and what you've done in your careers, and kind of like inspire and motivate others to want to continue with their certification, to want to continue with their education, and really lead. So thank you for your leadership, both of you. And Judy, is there anything else you'd like to say before we get started in our breakout sessions?
Well, I would like to say I'm hoping that the students were listening attentively to both of our certifying boards. And whichever board you choose, InterCoast is here to guide you through the process. And, we want to see our students fully certified and out there, with all the due respect that they deserve in the community. And so often the InterCoast College students are the ones that do continue their career, and they are in the place of being directors. In fact, we have one on today. Gus Solis is the director of one of our prominent facilities here. So opportunity, and education. Thank you both for providing that information, reinforcing that information. Thank you, Betty.
Absolutely. And it really is amazing when you see a graduate go through their journey at school, get out onto their site, get hired, and then come back and hire our grads. It's just really an amazing experience that we get to see. And we wish we could tell the student at the time of enrollment,
I know. Real quick. Speaking of that, Betty, one of the things that, because I've been around for a minute, so now I'm having, grandchildren of the community coming forth. But one of the blessings I have is that we will receive a student who had one of our students as their counselor, and they come in and they just, I'm in recovery because of what that person, and now I'm starting to see it like 3 times over, So it's such a blessing that our community continues to just be such an active part of the real deal, of the real, I love that Christina mentioned patient brokering. We don't stand for that. And so anyway, thank you, Betty. I don't want to get on the soapbox here. Okay.
No, we don't mind at all. This is what today's all about. Let's get on our soapboxes. No problem at all, Judy, and thank you. And once again, thank you for what you do for InterCoast Colleges and making our program what it is today so that our students can go out there, represent well, get certified by these accrediting bodies, and be successful. It's pretty amazing. So we're going to talk, we're actually a little ahead of schedule, which is great, but I'm really excited to talk about what these sessions are today for our breakout sessions. First, we're going to be with our corporate director of student engagement, Angie Palaio, and she is going to go till about 11:25. So you have a little extra time, Angie, to talk with our industry employers and partners. And we're going to be celebrating these partners today, our employers, our facilities. We want to hear from you, as well as some of the changes in the industry. Are you ready, Angie?
I'm always ready.
I know you are. Okay.
Thank you for joining us, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Recovery Happens. Welcome all of our employers. We appreciate your partnerships. And to our students, thank you so much for being here today. I want to thank in particular the employers that are joining us here today because they not only train our students, but they've given our students the opportunity to start their careers. And for that, we are forever grateful for you. And this is not just a job. This is a full-time career, and this is so important for our community today. And I would like to take the time to celebrate all of you today. Now, we have a whole bunch of awesome people here today to discuss employment opportunities and who they are and who their facilities are, what they do for the communities. Our employers will have about 3 minutes apiece to talk, so I'll be calling on them one by one. And I know that I've seen some of those people eager and ready to chat in the chat box. So don't forget, we're here to help you. If you have any questions at all about the program, feel free to click on the link in the chat box, everybody. And without further ado, I'd like to talk about Gus Solis. Gus Solis is with Social Model Recovery, and he is the program director there. I wanted to ask if, Gus, maybe you had a few words you'd like to share with us today.
Hello there, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. I'm a bit winded, due to the Bobcat fire raging in the Angeles National Forest. My program specifically was asked to evacuate September 9th. They lifted the order, and today was the first day that I was able to get back to assess the facility. And while we're in a bit of some double scrub, throwing away a bunch of rotted food and just cleaning the kitchen getting it ready to bring our participants back so we can continue to render services for them. So a little bit about River Community itself. It's a licensed 38-bed facility, has multiple contracts both with DMH and SAPSI, and a lot of public health that we network and provide services for. We're a co-ed facility, co-occurring. The individuals here struggle with both mental health and substance abuse. Myself, I come from InterCoast. I'm an alumni. I'm a graduate. I'm a person in recovery. And, you know, the wonderful thing about social model recovery systems is that it recognizes those strengths that an individual brings with them as far as the life experience. So I don't want to say that, you know, that helped me quickly advance into the role that I am in now, but I believe it was a role that the doors and opportunities opened only by me seeking out that education, like as Christina was saying, you know, and I'm learning every day still, whether it's from the residents. I mean, the population, the age changes. Sometimes I'm getting along with, you know, people at my own age, and then I got individuals that are in treatment and in services that are probably the same age as my children. So, you know, I'm constantly learning and constantly adapting, and, you know, with this ever evolving world with COVID and such, it has changed tremendously over the last 5-6 months. So yeah, I'm a bit winded, so I ain't got much more to share, but thank you guys. I do really well with questions.
We have a few seconds if anybody has a question for him. If not, I'd like to take a moment to recognize.
What was the name of the industry that he is working at?
The facility.
I work for River Community. It's residential treatment center. Sorry. And it's in the Angeles National Forest. It's a program of social model recovery systems. We have about 12 different residential treatment centers throughout Southern California. I would say Orange or Anaheim, but we're not there anymore. So just throughout Los Angeles County, and a handful of outpatient services that we're able to provide services to the community as well. We have multiple FSP programs in Covina and in Pasadena as well. So.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that today. Wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much to Gus for being here today. Even though you're going through the fires, you were still able to participate with us, and for that I can't be more grateful. So thank you so much. Also wanted to take a moment to recognize Ms. Tony Kells from Hathaway Recovery. She's the clinical director there, also trains and hires our folks. So just wanted to put that out there for you. I'm not sure if she's on the call right now, but I do know that Ms. Camille Perry with CCF's Reentry and Residential is here today. Camille, did you have a few words you wanted to share with everyone today?
Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? It's a blessing and a privilege and an honor to be before you all today. I am Camille Perry, the Chief Operating Officer of CCFS Reentry and Residential Treatment Program. We are located in the Riverside and San Bernardino counties, as far out as Indio for my Riverside County folks, to as close in with San Bernardino County being Rialto and San Bernardino, and then quite a few properties in Riverside and one in Eastvale. We are we have sober living. We also have a residential treatment that is housed primarily in Eastvale, and we are not a blended society or ecosystem so much. So when it comes down to our participants, we focus more so on our male population, but our focus on our company is life is worth the living. We do believe that as we are a faith-based organization, but we do not press our faith on any of our participants. It's all up to them. But we do believe that we have a chance to live again because we've been given another opportunity. So we always ask, as I perform intake for the gentlemen, I always ask them, you know, what do you want to do with this second chance? Whether it's coming off the street from being transient and dealing with different addictions, or coming right out of the institution of penitentiary. What are you going to do with the second chance at life? And so that's what we're all about. Our CEO is Barbara Timmons, and we have quite a few on our roster. In fact, we are very grateful to InterCoast College and our partnership and our collaboration, looking for future. We're looking to actually hire one of your graduates, Mr. Martinez. Amazing job. I speak with Leslie, and I believe, Angie, I spoke to you the other day, but I've made it very clear, send me more Mr. Martinez. He is faithful to the cause, very diligent. Since he stepped in, when I had my first interview with him, he showed that he was passionate about not only his own recovery and sobriety, but leaning that reaching hand down for someone else and bringing them up. And that's what we're looking for. So if by chance any of you are looking to go into the world of help, of ministry, of assisting others with their walk, and making sure they pick the right door versus the other doors. CCFS Reentry is looking for you. Now, I will tell you, the residential treatment, like some of you all providers or who handle residential treatment, you know the depth of that. It's, from medications to just not only just dealing with substance abuse, but now you're trying to deal with the total man and all the different nuance that comes with it. If you're interested, please, I will drop my email and our information in the chat below. But we are looking for fellow interns. And again, internship is just to get the foot in the door. It can definitely come with a full-on hiring package like Mr. Martinez is going to receive in just a few days. So Leslie, I think we need to finish that up so we can make sure everything's good. But nevertheless, I'm here for questions. Again, I try to do my little elevator pitch. If I missed anything, I apologize, charge it to my head, not my heart. But we are definitely focused in on getting not only the men back to, but that family unit, making sure that these men, when they go back in and they re-enter society, they re-enter revitalized, inspired, encouraged, and most importantly, redeemed. All right. And that's my time. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Camille, thank you so much for being here today. I can't thank you enough for that. And congratulations to Richard Martinez. We couldn't be more proud about that. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And our next guest, I have Brittany Philpot with Providence Recovery Centers. Brittany, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having us, Angie. I'm actually going to pass the mic over to our amazing COO, Stacey Dorsey, founder, executive director.
Thank you.
Stacey has been doing this for the past 10 years for Providence Recovery. When it was first founded, we are a newly licensed residential facility, women only. And she will talk a little bit more about it and how we are looking forward to working with InterCoast College.
Well, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great this morning. Like Britt said, we are a faith-based, I don't know if you said that.
I know.
We'll just go on. We are a faith-based women's recovery center. We do residential and sober living, and we are newly licensed in a new house that we just opened. Some of the modalities we work with, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. So some of the modalities we work with, we have a ranch that's 2 minutes from our sober living, or from our inpatient, and we do equine therapy there, art therapy there, and canine therapy there. So they have that. We also do EMDR, CET, CBT, psychotherapy. I have a master's degree in hypnotherapy, and I know I always get questions about being faith-based in hypnotherapy, but call me later. We do timeline therapy. We also do neuro-linguistic programming, neuro-brain, linguistic language, how to talk right and not get in fights. We are women-run. We are women-owned. My husband is a pastor, so he comes in and does our biblical teaching for us. What else we have been, had interns from InterCoast many times, and we're looking forward to having more at this facility. We work with family unification, interventions, and biblical counseling. The whole thing got started because my husband was 28 years clean and sober. I'm a normie, and I fell in love with addicts, recovering addicts. And so that's my addiction. And my husband runs the ranch, and I run this side with my two partners. My other employee is sitting across from us, and I promised her all she had to do was breathe during this meeting. She didn't have to get in front of the camera. We love what we do. I have an MA in psychology and a bachelor's in Christian counseling. My specialty is behavioral modification, and we look forward to working with InterCoast even more this year as we grow and expand. So, anything else? Did I miss anything?
You got it all.
Did I talk? Okay. Hope I didn't do that too fast. All right. Thank you for having us. Thank you for letting us speak. And we look forward to building relationships with a lot of you. So please take our number and our information down, and let's get in touch. It's not a competition. Let's get these people off the streets. Let's get these people into recovery. That's what we do, right?
Thank you so much. And yes, that's important. It doesn't matter where you go, just go somewhere. If you need to help, it doesn't matter who you reach out to, when you reach out to them, but just do it. You need to do it. So if you're looking for help, you're in the right place.
Amen.
So thank you very much for that. And without further ado, I'd also like to welcome Mr. Justin Mears with Special Service for Groups Alliance. He's the co-occurring team leader there. Justin, take it away.
Hi, thank you InterCoast College for having me again this year. I was with you guys last year in person. I have one of my other team leads, Melissa Cordona, online with us as well. I'll share about what we do. And again, I want to say that whether you get, I'm speaking to the students, whether you get certified through CCAP or KD, that does not matter. They both do awesome jobs. I've been certified with both organizations. They've, done awesome jobs. So whoever you go with, just go with somebody. Don't waste time. Don't procrastinate. Finish your schooling. Get in somewhere, get your hours, and then take that test right away. Don't procrastinate and wait, because it'll bite you in the butt, okay? So what we do at Alliance, we're a division within Special Service for Groups. Special Service for Groups is about 1,000 employees. Alliance is about 85 employees. Out of those 85 employees, we're broken up into different interdisciplinary teams. We have about 7 interdisciplinary teams within Alliance. So any counselor that comes on with us would be placed on an interdisciplinary team and cover a certain population that we provide services to. We work directly contracted with the Department of Mental Health, so all of our services are co-occurring. We have 5 offices throughout LA County. Depending on where you live at, you'll be based out of an office closest to you. We do field work, so we go out to see our clients where they live at. We do collaborate with many different facilities, whether they're sober livings, independent living, boarding cares. We collaborate with them to place our clients to house them there while we provide all the different services, case management, substance abuse counseling. So we have social workers as therapists, we have nurses, we have psychiatrists. We are currently looking to hire. We are always growing. I've been with the company for 12 years. I've been in this field for 20 years. Started off with, doing residential treatment. Then I did locked psychiatric treatment at Community Care Center, which is similar to River Community. River Community is an awesome, beautiful facility. I love you guys. And then now I'm with Alliance for the last 12 years. Melissa did put up our contact information. Wherever you guys land at, students, wherever you guys go, stay there for a while, get your roots, get grounded, because whatever experience that you gain there, you're going to be able to take with you to the next place if you do move on. But don't hop around, get rooted, get planted, learn their way, because it all benefits you wherever you go. we, like I said it before, we are a mental health substance abuse program looking to hire, one of you guys that are, close to finishing up your school, or if you've already finished it up, you can reach out to us and we'll, let you know a little bit more about what we do. Melissa, if I've missed anything, please jump in. If there's any questions, I can also answer any questions.
Yeah, any questions, please ask. I've been with the company for over 2 years, and it's a company where I've grown and learned and worked with the team. So it's a really great company to work for. We also offer really great benefits and taking, extra precautions right now during COVID. And shout out to Judy. I know Judy. I didn't go to InterCoast, but she did teach at another school where I went. So I'm so glad you guys have her. Please give us a call.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, InterCoast College. Thank you, Katie, for everything you do. Thank you, CCAP, for everything you do. Students, not the sky's the limit. We're now astronauts starting today. So, to be honest with you, there's so many things out there. Wherever you guys land, be the best you can be and continue to get your education. I got the specialized certifications through Katie and through CCAP with the clinical supervision specialty license. So we appreciate that you guys are continuing to support us. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for those inspiring words and for letting our students know where they can get their certifications. That's really important. It doesn't matter where they get them, just get them, because we need them and we need more of them all the time. So thanks, guys. And remember, we're probably going to have some time. If you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. You've got people right in front of you that are in the field that can answer those questions for you about your professionalism and about your career and about expectations in the field. So that being said, I would love to see if Ms. Jennifer Hooper with Sunrise Recovery Wellness is here. Jennifer, are you available to speak? All right, and I know I wanted to recognize CJ Cameron, who was with Alliance for You, the recovery coach. Couldn't be here with us today, but I definitely wanted to put a big shout out to that facility. They've been awesome for us, do amazing things for us in the community. I do see Sunrise on. Sunrise, are you able to speak a little about your facility?
No.
All right. I wanted to also give a very big shout out to a huge facility that does work with us, MedMark Treatment Center. Rajwant Kaur was not able to be here with us today, but I definitely wanted to give a big shout out to them. They do hire our graduates and they've often hosted our graduates. And then we also have Miss Deanna Lopez with WellSpace Health. Deanna Lopez, were you able to join us today?
Yes. Hi, good morning, everybody.
Welcome, Deanna.
Hi, my name is Deanna Lopez. I am with WellSpace Health. I'm the court services supervisor, and I oversee our collaborative court programs here in Sacramento County. We currently serve 5 collaborative courts here in Sacramento County. A little bit about WellSpace Health. We are a Joint Commission accredited, federally qualified health center. We serve over 100,000 patients at our 31 health centers in about 3 counties, Sacramento, Amador, and I believe Placer. Most of our substance use disorder programs are in Sacramento County, and we currently offer MAT treatment, which we do Suboxone, buprenorphine, Vivitrol treatment. We also offer withdrawal management, or to most people known as detox services. We have a residential program. We offer intensive outpatient programs. We have 3 sites where we offer intensive outpatient and outpatient treatment. And we also have a criminal justice division where we serve different populations. We have a recovery court program. We just started a new program out at the Sacramento County Main Jail. And we've also been at the Sacramento County Correctional Facility, which is known as the Branch. We've been there for several years, and we have some really wonderful employment opportunities there. We do offer internships to students that are just getting started, and we are always looking for new employees for those that are nearing the completion of their education and for anybody who is registered already. We offer for our full-time employees 401k benefits, an excellent benefit package at no cost to the employee, generous vacation. And so, we're always looking for people who are just getting started in this field, looking for employment opportunities. We are currently use Medi-Cal funding for most of our treatment, and we do offer a competitive rate for pay. If you're interested in applying, there's always postings on Indeed. So if you're in Sacramento County and you're looking for work, there's several job openings that are posted on Indeed, but you can also apply directly to our operations manager. Her name is Kavita Singh, and I will post that in the chat. So for those of you that are joining today and looking for how to get started, it's a great place to come and learn about all the ins and outs of pretty much every aspect of treatment. So we just really appreciate being here today. We love seeing people getting started in this field and saving lives, and we appreciate all the work that you do. So thank you, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, Deanna. It is absolutely our pleasure to have you here. And also, since you are one of our partners, if our students or our graduates are interested in getting hired with you, they can also go through us and we can send the resume over to you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome.
And I will make sure
we
to
advocate.
post.
Yes, absolutely, because we're advocating for our students. So I want to make sure that, if they somehow miss that email address, they could send them on over to Joelle or Yvonne up north, and we could get those resumes in your hands, and you could have another amazing graduates with you. Awesome.
We have a pretty big facility, several big facilities, so we do have a lot of job opportunities available right now. So I definitely encourage, for those who are wondering how to get started and where to go, there are a lot of options.
We could do that for everyone. Anybody on this call, if you guys need resumes, I'm your resource. Let me know. We'll get resumes in your hands right away. Absolutely. And our next guest, I have Jonah Mckinnon with Valley Recovery, the HR manager. Is Valley Recovery here today? Because if you are, I'd love to hear from you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nick Erickson. I'm with Valley Recovery. Jonah, I believe, is also on. She's our HR manager, and I'm in community relations. So I'm happy to discuss and represent Valley Recovery today and kind of tell you a little bit about what we do. We're a substance use disorder treatment facility focusing on outpatient care. We are based in Sacramento, but we are virtual right now. So a lot of our treatment is done through Zoom, which means it doesn't really matter where you live. As long as you're in the state of California, we are happy to work with any clients who are looking for help with alcohol or drugs, adults and co-ed. Our outpatient treatment is in 2 levels right now, both partial hospitalization and intensive outpatient. And most of the time, private insurance covers the treatment either completely or a big chunk of it. So we are in network with a lot of insurance companies, which helps a lot of people, especially during these times, who might just be looking for that little bit extra help. But the thing I love most about my job is in community relations. If I get a phone call from somebody who is looking for help and it's not, if we can't offer the appropriate level of care because we're outpatient, say they need detox or residential, I take pride in my ability to be able to know all the other resources available to connect them with good care, whether it's inpatient or detox, and either here in Sacramento or down south, wherever it may be. So it's just been amazing while working for this company, finding out how many resources there really are available. And it's great to see there are so many people, including the students on this call, who are interested in expanding those resources and becoming one yourself. So thank you so much for including us here. If you have any questions, I'm happy to be available. I left my email in the chat box as well. Besides outpatient, we also offer a sober living environment up here too. So for anybody who is looking for that transitional care, we can house them as well for only about $750 a month, which in these times isn't too bad, I'd say. But as far as employment opportunities go, we are also part of a larger entity called Summit Behavioral Health and have facilities throughout the nation. Some beautiful facilities in Texas, Georgia, Arizona. So if you go onto Summit Behavioral Healthcare's website as well, you can see many opportunities available there. But thank you, InterCoast College, for having us today. And it's been a pleasure to listen to everybody and the great resources that are available. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. And thank you for being here today and talking a little bit about the opportunities you have available. I'm going to go back to Sunrise. Sunrise was having some technical difficulties, but they are here and would love to talk. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's move on. I'm going to have Desmond Young with Riverside Recovery. He's the director of, he's the director there. So Desmond, take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, Desmond Young, Director of Recovery Operations. And man, you know, so I have this, my little PowerPoint, I have a little thing I could scroll through, but you guys have rocked my world. And like someone else has already said, you know, I'd rather just speak from my heart right now and tell you guys how amazing this event has been for me. And I really wish I had my entire team connected where they could hear what I've heard. Amazing speakers, both Drew and Christina, and then the passion that I'm hearing from everyone at InterCoast and everyone that is shared. You know, I just think about, I love being surrounded around people who are serious about recovery and serious about helping others. And that's what Riverside Recovery is all about. I'm happy to say that this entity, this real nonprofit, is a 501c3, been in existence since 1985, so 35 years. It's done a lot of different work in the community, whether it was reentry, residential, women and children. But now we focused our operation to one, our base business, which is we're Riverside County DUI provider. So that is like the core that just really keeps the lights on. You know, we have a lot of people that are mandated to go somewhere. We immediately responded to the COVID situation like everyone else, and we moved into the Zoom space. That was very cool to be able to help people keep going and keep working on getting their life back together and responding to those court mandated items that they have to do. But also we are, and since we've been in this space for a long time in other arenas, we've maintained our Joint Commission accreditation. We do provide outpatient services from partial hospitalization all the way down. And likewise, we are able to help not only families, but we're adolescents as well. And we've moved into being able to, the fact that we're small and nimble, we can do whatever the community needs for us to do. So we've now have a series of counselors that are anger management certified, approved across the nation, a level of certification, domestic violence as well. Starting to work more with the courts, just really trying to see where can we fit and make sure that this entity is here responding to the needs of the community. We also, when I say community involved, we're involved with Southwest Regional Homeless Alliance. We're involved with a newly formed Inland Empire Harms Reduction to be involved to go meet people where they are and help, reduce all the wreckage that happens in active addiction and start building that connection that we all know that is needed to just connect with people and then be able to direct them for services, whether it is, as Nick just said, whether it is we're able to provide or we're connected with so many people to be able to get them into the solution. Again, I'm very proud of what we are doing and where the future is going. We all know that this is a really tough time and families are in need, and it's up to us to figure out how to get through red tape and make things happen for the people in need, to where we can reduce the number of people that are dying out there needlessly. Again, I'm personally inspired by what you guys have shared. I'm looking at some things to go to school myself and get some of these special certifications. So I'll be checking things out. And I'm very proud, very happy to hear that you guys offer the testing. I'm gonna make sure I have several interns. I have several people working for us from InterCoast College. Our program director, Linda Garcia, she has her master's and she actually taught at one of the InterCoast campuses as well. So yes, happy to be here and happy to be a part of what's going on, and looking forward to further connecting with all of you. Blessings.
Thank you, and blessings back. We are so appreciative of you being here today, Desmond. That was inspiring too. So thank you for that. And actually, we do have another employer that's been trying to speak. I'm going to try and see if Sunrise can speak one more time about their facility. Are you there, Jen? That's okay. And then I noticed Progress House Incorporated was available. Progress, are you available to speak for a couple minutes? Are you here today? I hear them trying. All right. And then finally, we have Granite Wellness Centers here. Just wanted to take a moment to recognize Granite Wellness Centers and Ronnie with Granite Wellness Centers. And if you'd like to say a few words, you're welcome to.
Yeah, sure. It's nice to be here today with everybody. Here in Granite Wellness, we are kind of like a wraparound service. We cover everything from detox, residential treatment, intensive outpatient, MAT services, mothers in recovery, adolescents. We also have a Prop 47 action team that assists with younger age adults, transitional age youth, going through the probation issues, and yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And apparently Dr. Skadari would like to say, Ronnie, you're his favorite student. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Doc.
Anytime, Ronnie. That being said, we actually have just a few minutes. So if anyone has any questions, this is a great time to ask those questions to any of our employers right now. Anyone have questions that they'd like to ask our employers while you have them here with us? Great opportunity for you guys. Otherwise, since we're just a few minutes early, I think we can call it an end to our particular segment, because we have so much more to offer. So don't go away, guys. We have so much more exciting things. And don't forget, at the end, we have an amazing game to play with prizes. So hopefully you'll stick around for that. But that being said, take it away to our next segment, please.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we're going to go out to breakout session 2. And this is where we're going to meet our faculty and some of our staff, people that actually deliver our education. Again, first and foremost, Judy, our director of education in our AOD, AAS, and substance use disorder. And I will turn it over to Judy to introduce our esteemed faculty.
Well, thank you again. And again, my pleasure to be hosting, introducing a small part of our faculty. But before I do that, I just want to thank the career people that are with us today, and say how important it is to have the relationship with all of you. And I want to thank our alumni that are out there working for you, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be looking so good. So, I'm just really proud of our students that have gone out and become professionals. And some of them that are professionals are hiring our students now. So it's nice to be around for a while because you get to see full circle. You get to see the students coming in with so many challenges, and then a few years later they're hiring students. So great, thank you. So hello everybody. My name is Judy Redman, and I have the pleasure and the honor of being the director of the Alcohol and Drug Studies program. And those that know me know that this is my life and my passion. I give it all because we're so needed out there, and the workforce shortage is a disastrous level right now. We need qualified professionals in the profession, and as hard as we work, we're still behind the 8 ball of getting enough qualified people out there, certified and working in the industry. So thank you, Angie, for all your hard work and career services. And I love hearing, go to Angie and get your resume. Please go to Angie and get your resume, and let's get them out there and get you guys started. The education piece is just the beginning. So, okay, so I'm going to introduce a couple of our faculty, and I'm going to start with John White. John is a dear friend of mine, and I like to say colleague. Many times I have turned to John and asked for help on professional matters, brought people to his office for consultation. And he's just been a huge part of the community in Orange County and the Orange County Healthcare Agency. So John has been working as a SUD treatment and or prevention field for nearly 28 years. John has spent 11 years doing treatment and prevention work with adolescents. John has also spent 15 years doing treatment and prevention work with adults. John has been teaching human services related classes at various colleges for approximately 10 years. John has been a clinical supervisor for pre-licensed associate marriage family therapist and for pre-licensed associate social workers. That's a big deal. John White has worked as a clinical dependency service coordinator for a large adolescent recovery center, and he has also been the service chief for 3 outpatient drug treatment clinics for Orange County Healthcare Agency. He has also been a service chief for a large family prevention intervention program. John White has a passion for SUD treatment, prevention, and education, and I like to say, and music. John is an amazing musician as well. So he I have to say this, he was a drummer for Jackson Brown. So those you younger people, look that up. Thank you, John. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you see me and hear me okay?
I see you now.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I have to say I am overwhelmed. This has been an incredible presentation. It's been great to hear the certifying people here. Great to hear all these employers. And it's just been really, really wonderful. I'm getting chills talking about it. I feel extremely honored to be included with this group of extremely prestigious people. I mean, I remember when I first got certified, I would go to what was then KDAC conferences and listen to Bob Tyler speak, and I bought his books. And there's so many people here that I admire greatly, and it's wonderful that I am included. I'm humbled to be included with them. I just want to say a couple things about the field. My speech will be brief, middle speech. I want to remind us all that what the work that we're doing and the work that you students are working towards, this is all a very new profession in the scheme of things. If you compare this profession to other professions, we're in our infancy still. And that's an important thing to remember, and it applies to what you are doing. Our profession grew out mostly of kind of self-made recovery programs based around AA principles, which of course are great. And it was really one addict would finish a treatment program and stay at the treatment program, sweeping floors and making coffee, and then be trained by them to become a counselor. And that was the norm really until maybe the 60s when things started to change a little bit. So it's really, really new. And we are part of this newness. You are, and the employer. Uh-oh.
Sorry about that.
Can you hear me okay?
You're
Yes.
kind of breaking up, but it does sound better. Maybe it was your camera.
Okay.
Go ahead. We can hear you now.
Shall I go ahead and talk? Okay. So anyway, this is an important thing to remember. There's been in almost 30 years that I've been doing this, there's been a lot of changes. There's been new theories that have come around. People were talking EMDR, dialectical behavioral therapy. I remember when CBT was a new thing and harm reduction was a new thing. We've had a lot of changes. And we're continuing to do that. We're having new theories, new approaches, medication, new alliances. So we are still very new and growing. The current state of substance use disorder treatment includes, things like ASAM criteria, drug medical documentation, trauma-focused approaches, multiculturalism, co-occurring disorders. I mentioned Bob Tyler, who is an expert in the emotional side of recovery, those kinds of things. And really, it's all been lumped now under the umbrella term of behavioral health. So substance use disorders are all part of the behavioral health program, which is kind of monitored and controlled in California by the Department of Healthcare Services. That's where all these treatment people get their licenses from. So things have gotten better for sure, and they've gotten more complex, and we've spread out our ability to work with all different kinds of people in recovery, which is, of course, is a good thing. What I really like about InterCoast College is that they stay on top of all these trends. I know I've been working with them on and off for 10 years, and I'm always seeing new things. I mean, I try and stay current. I go to conferences and I read, but it's hard to stay on top of everything. But Judy and the people at InterCoast do stay on top, and I learn a lot from them every time I teach in class. I'm learning things about you. So you're in a really good place here, students. You're in a place where you're going to get the newest stuff. You're going to get the history. You're going to get the newest stuff, and it's a wonderful place to be. They incorporate all this class curricula. That's about all I have to say. I really firmly believe, and I say this all the time to my students, that we really InterCoast trains professional counselors. They take it really seriously. They bend over backwards to try and help make sure that everybody is successful. I mean, you have to do the work, but we want to help you. We want you to succeed. And we encourage them to go as far as they dream that they can go. And that's all. I'll stop there. I'm sorry for the technical problems, and I hope my message got through okay. My personal email included in the chat, so if anybody has questions about what I said, I'd be glad to respond to them individually. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave the video after I speak. So thank you.
I need to unmute before you can hear me. Thank you, John. I appreciate it so very much. And I do hope that the students heard the message about professionalism and the expectations. I always tell my students that when they go out into the field, you better be professional, because people will say to you, no, we're from InterCoast. We don't do that. So, yeah. So we do have and it grows year by year, a larger and larger InterCoast College community that's out there being of service. So thank you, John. Now we get to hear from Dr. Skadari. Doc?
Thank you, Judy. Hello, everyone. This is a point of transition right now, so I'd like to welcome you again to the InterCoast Colleges Recovery Happens. It's a privilege to be with you this day to talk to you about the program that we have, and we're going to have in the future to encourage drug and alcohol treatment, hopefully worldwide. But for now, let's move on to the next slide. I'd like to introduce myself, and please bear with me. For those who have had me in class and know me in the field, and at InterCoast College, you know it's a pleasure for me to be here with you today. For those who are meeting me for the first time, I'm Dr. Tony Skadari. I've been at InterCoast College for about 6 years now, going on 7. I'm the lead professor of the addictions curriculum on the in-campus at Rancho Cordova, and I also teach the programs online, both the certificate and the Associate of Applied Sciences degree. Also, I happen to be on the wonderful team creating the curriculum for an in-process Bachelor of Arts in Addictions Counseling program. Academically, I have an Associate of Arts in Correctional Administration, Bachelor of Science in Mental Health Counseling, Master of Divinity, Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology, a Doctor of Ministry and Marriage and Family Therapy, a Doctor of Divinity, and a Doctor of Philosophy in Religion. I'm a licensed advanced alcohol and drug counselor supervisor with specialties in co-occurring disorders and criminal justice with CCAP, the California Consortium of Addictions Programs and Professionals. I'm also certified through CMAPS in denial management counseling and certified through the American Institute of Psychotherapy and Hypnotherapy as a hypnotherapist and life coach supervisor. In addition to this, I'm married to Dr. Heather Hall, who happens to be a psychiatrist here in Elk Grove, California. Her specialty is trauma. She's in private practice. Hobbies, I cook, love to cook. I do Japanese watercolor. I'm a 10th degree black belt in both judo and jiu-jitsu. I have a 7th degree black belt in Aikido-jitsu. I am a musician. I play the guitar, banjo, mandolin, a little bit of glockenspiel, bells, and a little piano. I am the Metropolitan Archbishop of California for the Ecumenical Catholic Church of Christ. I'm the Vocations Director for the Franciscan Community, Director of Formation and Education for the Ecumenical Catholic Church of Christ. I have over 30 plus years experience in the field of addiction, ranging from a line therapist all the way up to a clinical director, clinical creator of programs, and CEO. That being said, let's move on to the next slide. I think one of the best ways to start this program is to read to you this mission statement, because this is our glue. This is what holds InterCoast Colleges together. So the central mission of InterCoast Colleges is to provide associate's degrees and certificate programs for careers in allied health, business, and skilled trade industries, and prepare students to meet employer expectations for entry-level employment. InterCoast strives to support a culturally diverse learning environment for its students. One thing I want to say about that, the mission statement talks about entry-level employment. This is important. But I also want to emphasize that academically, our students enter the field a little bit above entry level. This is the power that our curriculum has. So that being said, let's move on. Let's move on to our partnership with CCAP and with Katie. Okay? So the California Consortium of Alcohol and Drug Program Professionals, the largest statewide consortium based for profit and nonprofit disorders. We are addiction-focused professionals, provide services for over 100,000 California residents plus, and it's growing, for outpatient, private practices, residentials, etc. We're also with Katie, California Association for Drug and Alcohol Educators. These programs are designed to provide students who have no prior experience in the field of alcohol and drug counseling with a competency-based education program that meets all certification standards here in California, and they are tough standards. When people go through InterCoast College and are certified through CCAP or Katie, I can guarantee you they know what they're doing, and we are indeed certified because all colleges, all universities, all programs are fully accredited through Katie and also through CCAP. Let's continue. So, let's talk a little bit about credentialing affiliations. As a part of the credentialing and licensing process, both of these organizations, CCAP and Katie, have affiliations with what is known as the International Certification Reciprocity Commission, or IC&RC. The IC&RC sets the international standards of practice in addictions counseling, addictions prevention, and also in supervision. 44 states it is in, as well as the District of Columbia. Both global jurisdictions, the United States military, and the ICRC as well has over 40,000 plus addictions prevention professionals in practice at this time, which is awesome. They're committed to protecting the public by establishing quality-based trainings. And here at InterCoast College, we are also proud to be a part of the credentialing bodies that are affiliated with IC and RC. So this being said, let's move on because I'd like to introduce to you InterCoast College's educational programs. First off, we offer the Certificate in Alcohol and Drug Counseling Studies. The program offers the students the rudiments of what it takes to be a successful counselor. This certificate program offers both in-class evidence-based education and at the end of the program, 275 clinical internship hours, which is just the start. At the end of the certificate, the student is eligible to sit for the 9-hour ethics examination, offering them a registered alcohol and drug counselor technician level 1. Once they complete this program, we encourage our students to enter either the mental health rehabilitation technicians program, or also the more popular at this time, the associate's degree in applied sciences. The AAS program offers the student the next level of academic settings, setting them up for the Certified Addictions Counselor Level 1. This time we're in process of putting together, as I said, the Bachelor of Arts in Addictions Counseling program. Though in the fledgling stages, this program, we're hopeful that upon accreditation and implementation, the students will successfully complete this program and be eligible to sit for the next higher level credential, the KDAC 2 and or the KDAC 3. The wonderful thing, and I'd like to brag a little bit about InterCoast College, is that the student does not have to have any prior experience in the field. If you don't have a high school diploma, we can take care of that for you as well. So don't be afraid to come ask questions at your local InterCoast College. So as we move on, we continue our journey. So I'd like to address our program objectives. We at InterCoast College provide the need education for those seeking new and fulfilling careers as an AOD counselor, and we exceed in both the didactic and supervised fieldwork and clinical experience required by all California certifying boards. Once a student completes their studies, as I talked about earlier, they've got the opportunity to sit for the international exam, which gives them the ability to actually treat AOD patients, certified addictions counselor. From education, we talk about this slide, matriculation. What is this? What is this word matriculation? Well, it's a fancy way of saying that whatever credits a student earns in any program transfers over into another program. In other words, let's say a student completes a certificate program. All of those credits will transfer over into the Associate of Applied Science program or the MHRT program. Once we have in place the bachelor's program and it's all taken care of and credentialed and certified, etc., all of their transferring credits from the certificate program and the AAS program will transfer into the bachelor's program. This is phenomenal. For those of you that are in academics, you know how precious it is to have matriculating credits going over. I know with my educational field, I beg for these things. Being in the amount of universities and colleges that I've been in as a student, matriculation credits were just unbelievable, and InterCoast offers these. We at InterCoast offer it to all the students, and all the students tell me, and I'm sure tell Betty and tell Dr. Brown and everybody else how much they love us, and they do. Let's move on to our next slide. I know that this is a lot to take in, but we have here the AAS program, which is designed for students seeking employment. It emphasizes courses that are pertinent to the field, both theoretical as well as practical. And at the completion of this program, they do receive a degree. They receive a bona fide Associate of Applied Sciences in Substance Use Disorder Counseling degree. Moving on. A lot to take in, all that I've given you. And I tried to move this along because InterCoast offers a tremendous amount of opportunities for you, the student. You don't have to be in recovery to join our program. It could be a normie, as they call it. Okay? All you need is a desire and a love for this field. I'd like to wrap this up with a brief summation. InterCoast College is an accredited institution. Our accreditation comes from the Accrediting Council for Continuing Education and Training, also known as ASSET. Without that, we couldn't exist. Because of ASSET and the hard work of our professorial staff, we offer a wide range of professional programs and unquestionably prepare the students for a career in the addictions and other industrial fields. Remember, at this time, InterCoast offers the certificate and the AAS program. And we are developing the Bachelor of Arts program, which gives the students the most current, up-to-date, evidence-based education in academics, as well as professionalism, ethics, and clinical training that a college can offer. I'm proud to say that we are approved by CCAP and by Katie, and all of our graduates are eligible to sit for the IC and RC International Credentialing exam and pass it. Let me say that again, and pass it. It's not an easy exam. I'm terrible at taking exams, believe it or not. I took the exam for my license, for my LADAC. It was a tough exam, but it's passable, and our students do it. I'd like to close this up with a little thing that my dear friend and 1964 judo Olympic bronze medalist champion, Mr. Jim Bregman, told me many years ago. He told me a brief story about his training. He said one day he was by a bus stop doing his judo, practicing foot sweeps and stuff like that. And someone came up to him, and it was in Japan, and asked him, how can an American beat a Japanese judo player? We all know judo and Japan go together. I mean, it is what it is. So Jim looked at him and smiled, as Jim does, and he said to the person, because I don't only practice, I'm prepared. We at InterCoast College don't only give our students the practice that they need to be successful in the field, but we prepare them for the next generation of treatment for a successful recovery to the chemically dependent population. Finally, the last slide, and then I'm out of here. I'd like to thank you for your time in coming today, personally. And please consider us. Those of you that are thinking about coming in and continuing your education and becoming addictions counselors, consider us. Consider InterCoast College. Because success starts here. Changing one life, one mind, one day at a time. Thank you all very much, and come join us. We're here for you.
Oh my goodness, Dr. Tony, thank you so very much. Your passion is resonant. So, yeah, I'm so humbled to be a part of this faculty. I wish we would have had time to have all of the faculty on today because of equal measure, each one of the faculty at InterCoast College, not just our substance use disorder counseling faculty, but our trades faculty, every one of them, it's like a family. And the what Gita has insisted on with our students is that they're taken care of, and and she hires people that take care of the students and get them ready for the field. So Thank you, Dr. Tony. Thank you, John. And thank you for allowing us to be a snippet of what faculty looks like at InterCoast College. And thank you, students. Love you much. Me again. Hi. This is my I see these beautiful faces, and I almost get like Bob, teary-eyed. This is the emotional part for me. These are my mentors that I would like to introduce you to. We're going to start with Bob today. I'm not sure if Jodie's joined us yet, so we're going to go ahead and start with introducing Bob and have him speak with you. Before I get started on Bob, Bob has a workshop for continuing education this weekend that is going to be online. I will be there. I'd asked him to put the link in, so maybe some of the students will be able to join us and see what a real live continuing workshop looks like. So, okay, so Bob Tyler, how do we address a man that has given so much to the community of addiction, right? Tirelessly, he's an author, he's a producer of a series of educational videos, showing us I think Drew was even mentioning it, about emotions in recovery and how important it is to address those emotions and learn how to cope with those emotions. I love it when I go into treatment facilities and I see the rack of books that Bob has produced for the patients, and then next to that, the rack of CDs that he has produced for the counselors, aiding them in becoming better substance use disorder counselors. He has been a big part of our curricula, where our students have learned, and some of our students have found recovery through Bob's work. So we owe a lot to him. So yeah, I said I don't like to put people on pedestals, but if I were, these two people would be on the recovery pedestal. So I love you so much, Bob, and I love what you do for us and what you've done for our students throughout the years. And would you say a few words? Bob, are you there?
I got to unmute myself. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hey there.
Wow. As others have mentioned, what an absolute honor to be here. I look forward to this event every year. This is really a celebration of us. This is a celebration of our profession, whether or not you're a certifier or an educator or a counselor or a therapist, or even a person in recovery. I mean, this is just amazing that we take this month out of the year to just acknowledge recovery. I've been just really blessed to have a relationship for InterCoast Colleges really since they opened the Alcohol and Drug Studies program. The precursor, California Paramedical and Technical College. I was on their advisory committee, and then it just rolled right over into ICC, and Gita and Chris have become friends of mine, and I just love their passion. I mean, they're the right people to be in this profession because they really have a heart for it. And, they've been kind enough to put my book in their curriculum, and so I'm just, I'm really owe a debt of gratitude for InterCoast Colleges. And I do just want to say this, and other people have mentioned it, I think, but I was in a position to take on many interns running 6 intensive outpatient programs across LA and Orange County. And I can say with no hesitation that, and I got interns from all over. The interns from InterCoast Colleges were the best, bar none. Okay. And there was a point in time where I think about 60 or 70% of my counselors were hired out of their internship at the program that I worked at. So I stand behind what they do 100%. And their faculty is just awesome. Thanks, Dr. Skadari, for all you do. And I mean, I can't mention them all, but Judy, I just love you. Thank you so much for being such a fan. I mean, you're just so awesome. Anytime I feel lousy, I can just talk to Judy and she'll make me feel really good about me. So, I'm in recovery. I really want to just start by telling you, I'm in recovery. I've been sober 31 years, and that is like part of the main point. Thank you, everybody. That is like part of the main point of this recovery month thing is, I got a few years ago, actually, I got to go to Sacramento, and I think it was Pete Nielsen called me up to lead everybody in a happy birthday for the 1-year anniversary of CCAP. No, I can't sing, but I introduced myself by saying, on the steps of the Capitol, I am Bob Tyler, and I'm an addict. And I'm very proud of that. And it's because of people like you that I've been able to get this gift. And when I got so sober, I just wanted to give it back. And so I left, very lucrative family printing business and went to school and, got my alcohol and drug studies program certificate, went on to get a degree in psychology. And I've been here ever since, and I have never regretted it. Being able to see the miracle of recovery, and I'm able to still do that in my private practice in Long Beach, but being able to see the miracle of recovery, just being able to see somebody in a few short weeks just blossom like a flower right in front of my eyes, absolutely never gets old. And, to be in a position like where you're answering a phone call of the magnitude, which you can easily say is the most important phone call of a person's life, and being able to field that call and perhaps pave the way for them to get into treatment, into recovery. There's just no replacing it. And, Adam Brown, it was so great seeing him on that video. And, he mentioned something, and I've just been sitting here thinking about it, which is, and I believe Drew might have mentioned it too, that connection is the opposite of addiction. And connection is the key to this whole thing. Even going back to Bill W. and Dr. Bob, the way AA started was the connection between Dr. Bob and Bill W. One alcoholic sharing his story with another alcoholic, and the other alcoholic getting it and feeling safe enough to share his story with the other alcoholic. And really that meeting between those two men is affectionately known as the first meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. And then so those of us who are in a position to be counselors, it's really our connection that is the single most important determiner of success in treatment. There is nothing more important than what we call therapeutic alliance. It's my relationship with the client. It's the trust that they have built in me. It's the confidence that they know that I want to meet their goals, not me necessarily imposing my goals on them. We could call it client-centered treatment, which is an advance that we have made in our profession. Really, it's more and more recently, rather than this program-centered care, which says, hey, we have this program, you adjust yourself to us, and you'll too get this. No, it's about what the client wants, and I need to adjust myself and what I do to match what the client's needs are. And it's amazing to be part of that. And also in regards to the therapeutic alliance, just empathy. Brene Brown, if you've ever heard of her, she says that empathy is the antidote for shame. And I believe it's the antidote to really any uncomfortable feeling that somebody is feeling. To have somebody that you feel safe with, that you can talk to, that is going to validate you, that is going to try to sit in their pain with them, that's going to acknowledge it, make them not feel like a freak, and to just, acknowledge and try to understand as best we can their experience. And I've been really shouting that from the mountaintops recently. And man, what an amazing time to be in this profession. I know there's students, prospective students. Man, oh man, if you're on the fence about, get signing up with these guys, oh my gosh. Even like wages, when I got in, nobody made like any money. I left the family printing business, knowing that, you didn't make very much in this profession, but that's changing like crazily. you know, with Obamacare and the Medi-Cal waiver, this is the best thing that has happened to recovery, I think, ever. I mean, I started a nonprofit because, you know, people would call my treatment program, and if they didn't have insurance or the ability to pay, we had to refer them to county-funded programs that were all full with like month-long waiting lists. That was actually the reason I originally wrote my book, was to help people, show people how to get sober, you know, using the free community resources. So we started this nonprofit. Actually, Judy was on our board, and when we actually, you know, created this education program where we weren't going to turn anybody away. Right when we got that in place, this Obamacare happened, and now anybody who is like below a certain income can get on Medi-Cal and get any level of care. Are you kidding me? This is like so amazing, and because of that, you know, there's more beds available, there's more treatment slots available, there's, you know, and therefore it's, you know, for the counselor, we're in a good position because people are clamoring for counselors. They can't find them. We're in so much demand. And so therefore I'm literally seeing programs that I consult with that have raised across the board their wages because they can't bring in these new people and pay them more than everybody else, you know, so they had to bring, you know, everybody up. And, you know, just, you know, medication-assisted treatment, you know, and knowing that this is a brain disease and our focus on the role of trauma. And, you know, we're really becoming a trauma-informed profession. Boy, you know, this is the time really to get in our profession. And I don't know how much time I have left, but I would be remiss, and I'm going to try to do this without a bunch of tears, but fail already. We lost a pioneer in this profession a few weeks ago by the name of Terence Gorski, a real mentor of mine. His innovation in recovery is greater than anybody I know. I just recently actually had the honor of getting certified by Synapse as a advanced certified relapse prevention specialist, and I actually have the possibility of becoming a Gorski trainer. And he passed away a few weeks ago. By the way, he wrote the foreword for my book. I was so honored that this man did this, but you know, we lost him a few weeks ago, and you know, he you know, I mean, just a couple of the innovations is like, you know, warning signs. I mean, he was like the first guy to say that relapse was a process rather than just an event. And being a process, you know, there's certain things that can be seen that are on the way to relapse that can be intercepted and interrupted and intervened upon, so it doesn't play itself out to get to the actual use, because the actual use is really what gets everybody into so much trouble. And so he created these, what he calls warning signs, and he, you know, published these 37 warning signs of relapse. And then the craving cycle, you know, it's obsession, compulsion, physical craving, drug-seeking behavior. What we got from that as a profession is, instead of just giving them the tools of recovery to intervene on craving, he talks about the precursors of craving. He talks about focusing on, like, trying to keep you from getting to the craving cycle in the first place, which are the set of behaviors and trigger events. Really innovative stuff that he did. And in regards to trigger recovery, finally, I'll just say that he not only focuses on helping people identify triggers, which I think we're pretty good at as a profession, you know, identify your triggers, avoid them. But, you know, I mean, how much success are you going to have, especially living in, like, you know, Southern California, trying to avoid your trigger? So he talks about the trigger recovery process, which nobody even like knew about, where you actually can desensitize a person from the triggers, you know, through this process. So Pete Nielsen, the executive director of CCAP, asked me to write a tribute for Terry, and I was able to do that. And for those of you who subscribe to the Counselor magazine, it's going to be the feature article. It's going to be the cover article, and it should be out any day now. So I couldn't be happier about that. And so, you know, Terry, you know, God bless. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you to all of you for your contributions to this profession. By the way, if you want to contact me, I have made all of my videos available during COVID because there's so much, like I heard somebody mention doing remote counseling. And education is suffering, I think, a little bit because of that. And so I've made all of my rehab videos available for you to use to show your clients. Even if you just want to view them yourself to see if they might help your program, feel free to do that. We're going to do it for, for a few more weeks. So you can contact me, Bob Tyler, staysober@bobtyler.net. I think if you look on there, you'll see it. So anyway, thank you, InterCoast Colleges. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Geeta, for your amazing vision and program. And thank you all for everything that you do for our profession and for our clients.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bob. And thank you so much for making that, making your series available. It's a huge contribution, like I said. And, students, you listen to Bob Tyler and his affinity and his respect for the great Terence Gorski. Well, you're standing on our shoulders, Bob, and our students one day will be standing on your shoulders. You're making, as John said earlier, this is a new profession. And your contributions, Bob, are, I know you're not going to like me saying this, but they're equivalent to at least what the students' hearts and minds that have been touched. They're equivalent to the contributions of Terence Gorski. So I think that you have learned and built from that contribution and added to that contribution. That's all I'm saying. So love and respect to you, Bob, and I will see you Saturday at the workshop. Back at you. So now, oh my goodness, Jodie, busy day for Jodie. She just came from a treatment facility and just slid into our Zoom meeting. This is our darling of recovery, and I don't know anybody that knows of Jodie that doesn't go, oh, I just love her, right? Jodie, we all love you and we all appreciate you. And the sacrifice that Jodie had to go through to be such a strong advocate in recovery, I wouldn't wish on anybody, but thank God that you've taken such a tragedy, Jodie, and done so many positive things behind it. And we don't like to use the word save people's lives, but if there's ever been a life preserver out there, I can tell you Jodie is one of them. What she does to advocate for the youth and older adults, but. Anyway, I'm going to read, I'm going to do a Bob here and start getting emotional. I'm going to read Jodie's bio. Jodie, are you here, honey? I saw your name. Please tell me you're here. Jodie? Well, come on in, Jodie, and I'm going to read your bio. So Jodie Barber is a community advocate, executive producer of Overtaken and Overtaken 2, Where Are They Now? Jodie lost her 19-year-old son and 3 of his close friends to an accidental prescription overdose in 2010. She soon realized her son's death and many others that year were preventable and became an advocate. She could have kept silent and said it was a hard issue, but instead Jodie chose to tell the truth for all to hear in order to save another family from the heartache. And this was when people weren't talking about it, when people were still being very secretive about overdose. She has made several trips to the state capitol, they know her by the first name, aiding to changing laws such as the Good Samaritan overdose response laws. Each year she holds an event and honors families and their loved ones who have been lost in overdose, while at the same time spread the message of hope for families who are struggling on International Overdose Awareness Day. She produced a short documentary called Overtaken, which is used in schools as part of the health curriculum, as well as rehabs, churches, courtrooms, and DUI classes. Overtaken 2 is the message of hope and is also shown in rehabs. And she's been on many television talk shows. She's a frequent flyer of Dr. Drew's. It's just this little bunny she's comparable to Christina in how much she gives to the community. And so I want to hear from Jodie. So Jodie, are you here, honey? There you are.
I'm here. Can you see me? Okay.
There you are, beautiful. Love you.
I love you, and thank you so much for that really sweet introduction. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate you, Judy, so much, and what everybody's doing to help curb the epidemic. It means a lot to me personally, because I did lose my son and his friends, and recovery is possible. And that is an important message, that there's thousands of people in recovery doing well. And that's why we do what we do, is to save these lives, because it is preventable. And that's a huge, huge word for me, preventable. My son's death was preventable, and his friends were preventable. And all these beautiful people that are dying, it is preventable. I'm going to go back to Jared and his story. Jared struggled with marijuana for a while, for a few years. I found out at 17 years old, and my husband and I were struggling with that. And that's what we thought was our only issue with Jared, or our issue with Jared was the marijuana problem. He was getting into trouble because of the pot that he was smoking, and it was really hard for us to stop it, very difficult. And my son broke his collarbone when he was almost 17, and he was given Vicodin for that. The nurse called me and said, I have your son here. He broke his collarbone. He was with his best friend, and he broke his as well. They were both given Vicodin. Jared happened to take to it and loved it and couldn't stop. I had no idea when that nurse called me and said, I'm giving him Vicodin, that it was actually heroin in a pill, that he actually didn't really need the Vicodin for his minor injury, that he would continue taking Vicodin without me knowing. I didn't know the signs. And like I said, because he smoked pot, if he came home extra quiet, extra happy, extra sad, I'm thinking, oh boy, he was just smoking pot again at a friend's house. But I had no clue. My husband and I, no idea that Jared was addicted to prescription drugs. So by the time we found out, it was October 2009, he's 19 years old. He's found nodding off in my backyard at 3 a.m. And that wasn't normal. We didn't know what to do. My son didn't want rehab. So we went to a psychologist. The psychologist referred us to, quote, best doctor in Orange County. That doctor prescribed Jared anti-anxiety medication and antidepressants. Jared was given Klonopin 2 a day, Cymbalta, and then on January 6th, he was also prescribed Seroquel. And the doctor said, take 3 to 4 Seroquel. Keep in mind, in between this time period of October to January, in those few months, Jared was relapsing on Opana, oxymorphone. That is what he was addicted to. That's what the doctor promised me, that Jared's cravings to Opana would go away. He was relapsing on Thanksgiving Day, on Christmas Day at Grandma's, and then on January 7th, he was watching a movie with 2 friends on my couch. My husband woke up at 3 a.m. and called me downstairs because he couldn't wake him. Jared was sitting up on the corner where I left him and said goodnight, sitting up, barely breathing. Jared was in a drug-induced coma. He had relapsed on Opana one more time. He and his friends crushed it and snorted it. Jared took the Seroquel that's prescribed the day before for the first time as well. He was told to take 3 to 4 Seroquel. So he took 3 Seroquel. The doctor had given him 2 handfuls of sample boxes of Seroquel. And I thought he gave them all to me, but he kept 1 box. So he had taken that, 3 Seroquel in the system, 2 Klonopin from the doctor, Cymbalta from the doctor, a quarter of Opana, marijuana still in the system. And Jared then passed away at the hospital where he was born at 3:47 a.m. We had to go back home and then tell his then 15-year-old brother the news. His brother now will be turning 26 in 2 weeks. Blake has to live without his brother for the rest of his life, but he knows how to live a happy life, and that's what he knows Jared would want for him. I became an advocate because after losing Jared in 2010, I lost 3 of his close friends as well. And then I heard of more in between. So back in 2010 in Orange County alone, we lost 80 young lives here. The numbers were increasing each year. So I became an advocate. I go to Sacramento and help to try to pass laws. I produced a documentary called Overtaken with another mom named Christine. It consists of several young adults sharing their stories of addiction and where it led them. And I wanted to end the stigma that surrounds addiction. These are great kids that came from good families, straight A students, cheerleaders, football players, sharing that addiction led them to prison and to overdosing and almost dying. But then the message of hope is important. So I produced Overtaken 2, The Message of Hope. They're all clean and sober today. So both of those documentaries are on YouTube. This is Overtaken and Overtaken 2, if you can see this. And I'm on a campaign right now that I think will also help to curb the deaths and addiction as well. Prevention is key and very important. So this is called the Deterra system. It's a pouch that you put your unused and expired medications, including patches such as fentanyl, and liquids into this pouch. And you pour some warm water, you wait 30 seconds, you shake it, and you throw it away in your trash. It's very convenient. It's going into senior citizen homes. It's very important right now, especially with COVID. A lot of grandparents are raising their grandkids, and those grandkids can go into their medicine cabinet and see that they do have medications and take them, and they wouldn't know if 3 were missing. And this then can become an addiction. So it's important to get rid of your unused, expired medications. I've worked with Judy several times, and I love her. She's so well educated on this subject. I'm very grateful. I just feel like Jared was taken. God took him for a reason, and that is to do what I do and to share Jared's story and try to save a life in that respect. So I do talk in schools. I do presentations for free. I go in rehabs, and I show Overtaken 1 and 2. And the message of hope is so important because I'm on the front lines. I get calls every day from young adults and from parents who are struggling with their kids, and they're struggling and they want treatment and they can't afford it. And that is a huge, huge issue that I'm dealing with. These young people don't have good insurance. They can't afford it. So they might have Medi-Cal, but nobody takes Medi-Cal in Orange County. So this is a huge struggle. They're waiting out there, they're homeless, and they're asking me for help, and they can't get it. And I ask for scholarships all the time, but that's very difficult to get. So they're dying while they're waiting for a county bed. They're dying on the streets. So there's so much, work to be done in that respect. And I'm getting the calls. I'm hearing about all these deaths. It's tragic. We've lost a lot of young people in the past 3 or 4 weeks, actually the past few months. And, it's the fentanyl that is laced in everything here. It's laced in cocaine and meth and heroin, and they're dying because they think they're taking a Xanax, and the Xanax is laced with fentanyl. So these they're not even addicts. I hate that word, but they're not even addicts. Some of them are just, they snort cocaine once in a while, and they're dying because it's laced with fentanyl. So it's very, very scary. They're getting younger and younger. I'm hearing about 14-year-olds that are dying. They're getting these pills off the streets. They're getting them online. They're getting them in Snapchat, and they're being delivered to their door. So there's all these issues. Craigslist, this is where a lot of them are getting their drugs under all these different code names. So there's so much work to be done here, but I know that that recovery is possible. And so thank you for having me and spreading this important message that recovery is possible.
Oh, Jodie, thank you so much, Jodie. A few years ago, Jodie and I were having lunch, and you can hear her passion. And what you don't hear is like we're having lunch and there's 2 phone calls from mothers. Jodie, what do I do? How do I save my child? My child needs help. And it's just this constant. And Jodie looked up from this text that she had gotten, and it was a heartbreaking text. And she looks up at me and she says, "We have to do more, Judy." And because of that, I pick up the phone and start talking to people about doing the Western States Opioid Summit, and it grew. And I contacted Gita, and Gita says, "Oh, absolutely. We're whatever we need to do, we will support that." And so the city of Anaheim gave us the Anaheim Convention Center, and it grew, and then CCAP, Christina just jumped right in, and it's all because everybody understands what Jodie's doing, and everybody wants to be there because it is preventable, Jodie. So
yes.
I just and sometimes we even have fun at those conferences that we present at together. But we have had some laughs and we've had some tears, but I just thank you.
Thank you.
Because, it's not just your son's death. This is every time she gets a call, it's one more time. So I love you and I support you and I thank you.
I love you too. So. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I hope you students enjoyed our 2 amazing speakers today. I know that I did. I always get emotional because, it's like, when I grow up, that's the spirit I want to have. So I love you both. Thank you.
Okay, I'm back. So next we have our final breakout session. But before we get started with that, I definitely want to take a moment to thank both Jodie and Bob for sharing their stories today. It's so inspiring, and for being our notable speakers. It really gives the people on this phone, as well as the community, hope that recovery does happen. And again, I like to add that recovery is a beautiful thing. You've inspired so many people on this phone now, or on this Zoom today, to further their education and to pursue a career. And I just can't tell you how much it's so inspiring to all of us. I know even half the staff here wants to enroll and get started too. It's just really, really inspirational. I also want to thank the certifying officials for being here today, Drew and Christina. Just showing the path of how to become certified and begin your career in this field it's just really inspirational as well. To our employers that are here today, we definitely would like to fill those needs, meeting your needs out in the industry, preparing our graduates to meet those expectations. It's an excellent partnership that we appreciate. To our graduates here today who already represent us in the industry, well done. You are our brand. We're all very proud of you. And again, to our educators, Judy, Doc, and John, thank you so much for your time today. I'm going to take a moment right now to introduce you to our campus presidents and admissions leaders. So we are going to start with, let's kind of work our way backwards. Let's start with our main campus president, Mr. Chris Rush.
Hi, everybody, and good afternoon. During our event today, I had another surprise guest speaker pop in today on the campus, and has been a fantastic partner with InterCoast Colleges for many, many community events. And he just wanted to say a brief word before I get into my little speech, and so I just want to introduce Mr. Fred Martin.
Hello, everyone.
Yay!
How are you all doing? It's exciting to see all of you. It's interesting how InterCoast continues to reach out in the community. We need more community activities to reach out to. I work with over 200 individuals that are homeless on a daily basis. I just ran from over there and had to deal with substance abuse problems this morning. We're seeing a lot of issues, particularly right now in my field, with people sharing their drugs in this pandemic time, and it's creating a lot of problems because you get one that gets involved into the drugs, and next thing you know, we have 2 or 3, they're sharing their wares together, and then we have a lockdown. Locking down 200 people is not easy, but we've done it multiple times. We have, DHS that comes in and we have to do the testing. I think I've been tested 7 times because of all the issues. And most of these are related to drug abuse, sad to say, because a great portion of our population are involved in substance use disorders. But it's good to see you all today. I'm thrilled that InterCoast is still a part of the community and working out there even during these problematic times. It's good to see the staff and everybody working together and touching lives only as it can be touched, and that's person to person once we get them through this education part, which is it's paramount for us to move forward. And after we move forward with them, we get that personal touch that we see them going out into community and working with individuals with substance use disorders, those with electricity, those that need their air conditioners fixed, and how we've needed the HVAC this last 2 or 3. Anybody can contest to that. So this is a great team, a great group of people that we need to continue to labor together to reach out more and more within our communities to see the education expanded to the place where people will be searching for jobs before very long. Once these doors open, there's going to be a lot of people looking for work, and we need to have them prepared. So it's a challenge that we prepare them even at this time. I spoke with a young lady this morning that's trying to get involved and enrolled in a school, and we're trying to figure out how we can assist her, but it's problematic because of the field she wants to go in. But here, I understand the labs are open where people can come in, and that's a great tool. So every school doesn't have that, but InterCoast is doing a wonderful job. Thrilled to be a part of it. Thrilled that all of you are connected and involved and reaching the people around us, because let's face it, this is where we live, and it's what's happening around us. Whether that individual comes from whatever direction, for whatever part of society, we all have to labor together because we live here. So I just want to say thank you for the privilege of being with you all today, and just keep up the good work because it's so important to us, and it's important to our community. I work with LASA every day, and we have to deal with everything from our community in Pomona all the way to downtown. So there's a lot of issues throughout our county. And I heard about Orange County, and it's sad. Some counties, you cannot provide the services, but we need more workers, and we're preparing them, and we're thrilled that InterCoast College is being a part of that. You all have a wonderful day, and I'm excited to be part of the team.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Martin. And so I just want to take a moment actually to thank everybody who joined us today. It's such a pleasure to be a part of InterCoast Colleges United in Recovery event. This happens to be my 5th year getting a chance to be a part of Celebrate Recovery. And every year there's a powerful message, from the opioid crisis to suicide prevention. And this year we can really sense the message of community, of partnership, of working together. And hopefully you heard that today from our experienced faculty, our industry leaders, our employers, and our alumni. Some other themes that were common amongst many of you today were the high demand for qualified counselors, and that InterCoast will teach and develop those future counselors to be prepared for that demand. And so it's my pleasure today to introduce you to the amazing admissions leadership and support team that's on the call today, available to answer any questions for current students, for potential students. And so the first person I'd like to introduce is the Director of Admissions for our online division, Miss Teresa De Santiago.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Teresa DeSantiago. I'm the Director of Admissions for the online division. Been with the InterCoast family for 3 years now. I'm blessed and honored to be here celebrating recovery with you today. I gotta say, today is a very special day. I wanna thank all our guest speakers. Judy, you're amazing. We love you over here. Just everybody that's on this chat, just understand that my admissions team and myself are here to assist with any questions. Enrollment process, please keep in mind, we do offer the Alcohol and Drug Counseling Certificate Program online, as well as the Mental Health Rehabilitation Technician Program and the Associate's degree for Substance Use Disorder Counseling. We're here to assist. The link is down below, www.intercoast.edu. Recovery happens. If not, you can contact me direct. Again, that number is below too, 888-718-8282. And thank you for all the guests that for the online who RSVP. I do see you, Mona Thomas. I see Miss Lori Hendricks. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, my name's Teresa DeSantiago, Director of Admissions for the online division. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
And thank you, T. I'd also like to take a moment to introduce our Director of Admissions for the West Covina main campus, Mr. Joey Madrano.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joey Madrano. I'm the Director of Admissions here for the West Covina campus. I've been with InterCoast for about 4 years now. I want to thank everybody for helping us celebrate recovery. Thank you to all the guests that spoke, all the great words. Just to let you know, InterCoast Colleges right here at West Covina, we are here to help you with your career, whether it be in the drug and alcohol or counseling fields or getting into the trades. That's our specialty, okay? We would love to help you out with the process, so click the link or give me a call direct or give us a call. My phone over here is area code 626-328-4525. Thank you, have a great day, and be safe.
Well, thank you, Joey. Appreciate that. And exactly what we covered today. If you're interested in finding out more about, the 12 steps, relapse and recovery, co-occurring disorders, family dynamics, or just being, aware of what's going on in your community and be more informed, please reach out to us. The last person I'd like to introduce today is our Director of Admissions from our Riverside location, Miss Katie Vanderberg.
Hello, everybody. My name is Katie Vandenberg. I'm actually very excited to be here. This is one of my favorite events. I've been the Director of Admissions for about almost 8 years now, but I'm also a graduate from InterCoast College. I took the counseling class back in 2012. I appreciate the program. I value the company. I know that some of you may be on the fence and don't know where to start or how to begin your career in this field. And I just want to let you know that I'm here. I understand and you take that next step. You can reach me at my phone number below, 951-396. InterCoast has changed my life, and I know that if you give it a shot, it'll change yours as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie. All right. So just to say a little few words, maybe Katie was breaking up just a little bit at the end there. Thank you, Katie. Katie is a graduate of InterCoast College back in 2012, and we just wouldn't let her go. We decided we were going to keep her forever. And she's definitely a pleasure to work for or with, and can absolutely inspire you to pursue your careers and your goals in this field. So thank you, Katie. That's for our Southern California locations. I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to our Northern California locations and leadership. And we will start with Fairfield. So Mr. Justin Preston, our campus president.
Hi, thanks everyone for being there. It was great hearing everyone's stories and their commitment to helping others in the community. This is my 5th time doing Recovery Happens, and I know everyone says it gets better and better, but it truly does. And I think from that word community, our community gets larger. When our community gets larger, we're able to reach out to more people and be more inclusive and to help and change people's lives. And you're going to hear about a multitude of programs. The common thread there is it changes people's lives for the better. And that's what we're all about here at Fairfield. So that's what we're all about at all of our campuses. So please just pay attention to what people are putting inside of the text links, because today you can change your life for the better. We have Chris Morales, who is on our Zoom call right now, who is a student who works in admissions. I think ICC changed his life, and he's changing other people's lives by enrolling them into programs such as the AS program or HVAC or electrical. So thank you all for being here. It's truly a pleasure. And I want to introduce you to Linnell, who's our Director of Admissions here at Fairfield. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Linnell, Director of Admissions here at the Fairfield campus. As we all know and we heard today, alcohol and drug has affected each and one of us in one way or the other. I'm so proud to be a part of this organization that is really united in recovery. InterCoast College has been dedicated in promoting education, prepare individuals, help eradicate this ongoing issue through our programs. May that be alcohol and drug counseling, mental health rehabilitation program, medical assisting, pharmacy technician, and even the trades, electrical training program, and HVAC technician program. My team and I would like to help you, your friends, family members who want to get their career started and be a part of helping eradicate this nationwide issue. Give us a call. The link is on there. It's www.intercoast.edu/recoveryhappens2020. And you could also reach me at 888-787-5959. And we look forward to helping you out, be a part of the change and the solution, and have a second chance at life.
Awesome, Linnell. Thank you. And our final campus that we'll be introducing today is our Sacramento Rancho Cordova campus. And I'd like to introduce to you the campus president, O.C. Chavez. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on, O.C. I don't think that you're unmuted. There you go.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is O.C. Chavez. I'm the campus president here in Sacramento. We're really excited to host Recovery Happen every year. This is my second time hosting it here in Sacramento. We're excited about it. At ICC, we are actually recovered. We're united in recovery. We believe in raising awareness about the dangers of substance abuse. Today was an awesome day. But we also want to give you an opportunity to learn more about our programs here at the campus. We offer a lot of programs in alcohol and drug counseling, mental health rehabilitation, and learn more about our trades as well. So I'm gonna hand it off to Eric Grayson, our DOA.
Thanks, boss. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric Grayson, and I'm the Director of Admissions here at the InterCoast Colleges Rancho Cordova campus. The entire ICC team is excited and ready to help you navigate the entire process through enrollment, all the way through graduation and getting started in your new career. One thing that we like to stress here at ICC, you are not just a student, you are a member of the ICC family, and we take that literally, and we treat you like a member of the family. Due to the COVID-19, there are increased needs for individuals with the skill set that you will obtain to become both academically and clinically competent and to provide guidance and assistance to those in need. So please don't hesitate. You heard our speakers today. The need is great. The opportunities are great, and we are here waiting to assist you. Again, you can click on the link, www.intercoast.edu/recovery-happens, or you can call us directly at 888-955-3939, and we will be more than happy to assist you.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric. So I just wanted to take a moment for you to meet the leadership because they are committed to your success. As Eric mentioned, it's not just a matter of getting enrolled, it's a matter of graduating and pursuing and starting your career. And we want to be a part of that every step of the way. So I'm going to circle back to career services. The reason our students choose careers at InterCoast is to start their new career. And she's going to close with us today. She's got a fun little game that she's going to take in start in just a moment. And but before we do that, I want to thank all the people who's contributed to our 2020 Recovery Happens. Thank you to Dr. Brown, Jodie Barber, Bob Tyler, Ms. Christina Padilla from CCAP, Drew Williams from Katie, our certifying bodies, Dr. Judy Redman, Dr. Anthony Skadari, John White, Gustavo, I know he spoke today, all of you, all of our industry employers. Without you in these partnerships, we couldn't be where we are today with our branding and our successful graduates. So we're very, very proud of these partnerships and relationships. And of course, the ICC staff for giving up your time today to support this event that we do every single year. And going back to career services, Angie, if you are ready, I know that you and Jaime have a virtual game session going on right now, but just in closing, I know that admissions is working very closely with those candidates that want to continue to pursue their degree. There is the link that Mr. Brown has forwarded to everyone, or you may contact the campus directly. But I'd also like to extend my willingness to support any and every one of you as well. You may contact me directly at area code 714-307-2997, and I can support you across this journey from wherever you, whichever campus you choose, from Southern California to Northern California. And I do want to say a quick thank you as well, because I know this session is going to end right after the game, to Jaime Davalos and to Dave Brown for being behind the scenes, supporting you guys in this virtual conference. It takes somebody to really be right there to make sure those mute buttons are working and to make sure that everything goes so smooth. And you guys did a fantastic job. Well done. And of course, Judy, thank you so much. That being said, I'm going to turn it back over to Angie for her to do her game, and let's have some fun.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining me for the game. I know that a lot of you here are now very interested and have been very interested in signing up with InterCoast College and getting your careers started. So don't stop filling out your applications for me, but join me in a quick game of Who Wants to Be a Recovery Millionaire? I know you do, so let's get started. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're too kind. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for that. So let's get started here with question 1. I hope you guys are all ready to put your answers in the chat. Jaime is going to get the first person that answers this right and call that name out. And let's start with question number 1. Famous actress and flamboyant singer that starred in the 2018 blockbuster hit A Star Is Born. Is it Cher, Beyonce, Barbara Streisand, or Lady Gaga? We'll give you 3, 2, and 1. Jaime, what's the final answer there? It's Lady Gaga.
And the winner is?
Looks like Renee took that one.
All right, Renee, congratulations. Let's move on to question 2, everybody. I hope you're ready. Question 2. What is the name of the 2012 movie starring Denzel Washington about an alcoholic airline pilot who's investigated following a near disaster in the sky? Is it Flying High, Flight, Sully, or The Captain? We'll give you a few seconds to answer. In 3, 2, and 1. Put your final answers in the chat box. Jaime, the answer was Flight. Who is our winner, please?
Let me scroll up. We're getting a lot of answers. Bear with me.
No worries.
What is B? So looks like Jay Medrano. B.
Woo! Congratulations for that.
Yeah, that was a hard.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Question 3. Trainspotting, 1996 movie starring Ewan McGregor. Takes place in what city? London, England, Dublin, Ireland, Edinburgh, Scotland, or Glasgow, Scotland? Ready, everybody? Final answers. Get them in there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, final answers now. Jaime, do we have a winner, please?
What's the answer, Angie?
It's Edinburgh, Scotland.
Hey, all right, see. All right, so it looks like Miss Gita.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Congratulations. Okay, question 4, everyone. Question 4. A young Gary Oldman and a Chloe Webb star in this movie that was named the best rock and roll movie of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. Is it Almost Famous, Sid and Nancy, Rockstar, or That Thing You Do? That Thing You Do. Okay, everybody. Final answers in 3, 2, and 1. Jaime, do we have a winner?
All right, what's the answer, Angie?
Sid and Nancy.
So B, we got Andrew.
Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Question number 5, everyone. Question number 5. Rocket Man is about which famous singer? Is it Billy Joel, Freddie Mercury, Sir Elton John, or Alice Cooper? In 3, 2, and 1. Final answers, everybody. Jaime, do we have a winner? The answer is Sir Elton John.
All right, we got a lot of responses, so give me a second. Let me scroll up. Q5, Elton John. Looks like Renee Williamson again.
Wow, Renee! Go, Renee! She knows her movies. Okay, question number 6, everyone. Question number 6. Nicolas Cage won Best Actor in 1995 for his portrayal of a devastating account of a suicidal drunk who moves to Sin City to die, leaving his job and his family in a movie called Leaving Las Vegas. I pretty much told you the whole entire plot. I want to know, who's his co-star in that movie? Sandra Bullock, Elizabeth Shue, Jessica Alba, or Jennifer Connelly? All right, everybody, get your answers in there. Final answers in 3, 2, and 1. Answer is Elizabeth Shue. Jaime, do we have a winner?
Oh, my goodness. Miss Gita's on a roll today. Again.
Fantastic. And one more question for you all. One more question. So I hope you're ready for it. Everybody get ready for that chat. Jamie Foxx won a Best Actor Academy Award for his portrayal of this famous singer in the movie Ray. Ike Turner, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, or Michael Jackson? And the winner is in 3, 2, and 1. Jaime, do we have a winner?
All right, what is the answer, Miss Angie?
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. So, looks like Ray Charles goes to Marilyn Villarreal.
Yay, Marilyn! Congratulations to you. All right, so I want to thank everybody here today. And as we conclude our Recovery Happens 2020 event, I would like to seize this opportunity to give thanks to all that shared their expertise and their experiences today. Thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do today. So thank you all for being here and for what you do in the community. So let's please take a moment of silence and in gratitude to recognize those that are in recovery for a lifetime. 45 years or more, please feel free to raise your hands in celebration of your recovery and enter your names in the chat so that we can celebrate you. And for those with 10 to 20 years and going strong, please feel free to raise your hands in celebration and enter your names in the chat so we can celebrate you. And for our brand new friends in recovery, congratulations to you. You're in the right place. We're all here for you. And for those that are joining us tomorrow, we'll meet you there. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Awesome, Angie. Let's give a big round of applause. You can do it. There you go. Oh.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, let's do that round of applause one more time, Angie. No, I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Thanks, guys.
Once again, thank you. I'd like Judy to close up our event. Judy, is there anything you'd like to say before we check out, or Dr. Brown?
Well, how can, there's no words to express what a beautiful day. Thank you, everybody that contributed to this. And I'm just so happy and thrilled that we were able to continue our legacy of Recovery Happens at InterCoast Colleges. And most of all, I want to thank Judy Brown for having such a heart for not only the recovering community, but for the community as a whole. So thank you, Gita.
Thank you.
Ray.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I would just want to thank everyone for being part of the group today. And I wanted to make a confession about the game we just played. So I wasn't. I sort of did. I wasn't given the answers, but my husband walked in. For those of you who know me well, you know I don't watch movies. I really don't know any actors. So it came on the screen, and my husband said, "Oh, I know the answer to that. Put your answer in the chat. Come on, put your answer in the chat." And so I did. The 2 times that I got it right, and of course it was because of him. So thank you, Chris, for your help there. But I wanted to make that confession to all of you, so please don't recognize anything I might have done there.
Chris Brown.
But he is a movie buff, as you all know, and loves movies and could answer this all day long. He's very good at that. I am so blessed to have all of you in my life. I just can't tell you that as you were all speaking, presenting, from my own staff to my own friends that are in the industry that are on this call to our guests, I had goosebumps throughout the whole discussion. You just have no idea how much you mean to me and what you have given to me as an individual that has such a desire to give back to our communities. And you do it all. You do all the work. You make my life so fulfilled. And I just want to say thank you to you for that, and for all the blessings that you give to me each and every day. And this, I'll watch this and live with this and just get to see it over and over again, parts of it, and just enjoy it because of what you do. And so I just say, let's keep going out there and making a difference. Let's really make a huge difference. Let's make 2020, the rest of 2020, even better, and 2021, the most awesome year for recovery. And I look forward to seeing all of you guests for next year's Recovery Happens. And I thank you all for what you do.
All right, let's give Gita a round of applause. And you can see we have virtual applauding going because we muted everybody. I like that. That's kind of working. That's working for me. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your day. And just remember, recovery does happen. Thank you, everyone. All right, bye-bye.